Board.
Hey, no, I'm not doing clapperboard tonight. Good day. Hello, everybody. Terry from Smoo's Workshop, and welcome to another Saturday Night Live with Smoo and the crew. Well, yeah, who have we got in tonight? Oh, we've got Dave Wiser Barker, and I don't think Tommy's at the bench, but he's floating about. Hiya, Dave.
Hiya.
Somebody's got this on in the background, and it's needing muted.
That'll be Vincent.
We've got
my headset on.
$6 million man. We will rebuild him out of Meccano and bits of sticky tape. That's on the background, and it's Colin, Professor 67's Workshop. Right,
people.
Before we go any further, who's got the live show on and not muted? Right, there we go. Right, we've got Chris from Gross Models in.
Evening.
We've got 3 sets. Gordon's alive. Bennett, John in tonight.
Hi guys.
We've got the dad of the group. Yes, all the way from Liverpudlian land. It's Mike Mountain.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
And from the land of chocolate and really young-looking men who age backwards, it's Vincent from Mr. Lost Model Making.
Evening, all.
So, hi, guys. Welcome to our usual shenanigans. I'm just going to check back in the chat and see who's all in this evening. Give you all a little shout out. And first one in tonight, Rattle Can Rebel. Yay, Festa 67, ready to rock the house tonight, boys.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Rattle Can. We've got Neil in this evening.
Hey.
Evening, Yam. Oh, new name in, Plastic Welder. Good evening. Frankie goes to Hobbywood. Yeah, he's in. Hey ho, have a great Saturday evening. Cheers, Frankie. Who else have we got? Mark Skills Models in. Evening, Mark.
Kieran's in. Kieran Ashdown. Hello, Kieran.
Alan's in. Northwest Modeler. Excellent.
Hi, Al.
Hey, Alan.
And Shane Young's in. So
Shane's in.
That's been caught up with the chat. So, how's everybody been this week?
All right.
All right, mate.
Yeah, a few good days, few bad days, as you know.
Yeah, I've got my cup of tea in my approved cup. Coffee actually. Right. So
I'm not overworked and underpaid.
You're overworked and underpaid. How would that be, Dave?
I have been busiest time of the year in retail, isn't it, Easter? Christmas is the busiest, and Easter.
I would have thought Easter would have been that busy, but the meat counter and all that, would it?
Yeah, meat and fish. I do meat and fish, don't I? But yeah, it's been hectic, mate.
It's all the rabbits.
Absolutely horrendous.
Everyone wants a rabbit for Easter, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Aye, and everything, yeah. Expat Spain's in. Evening, Expat.
Hello, mate.
Kieran said hi. Did you mention Kieran yet?
Hi, Luke.
Yeah,
Luke's in.
we've got Kieran. Yeah,
Luke Black Rifle.
Another weekend night shift for him. Ah, well, right, okay.
Yeah.
Alan said he's had a bit of a crap week. Aye, Alan's back at work, yeah. NHS, going back to work, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So, who will we catch up with first? Who wants to go first? Will we go random order tonight? Will we go Dave first, and let's see what you've been up to this week?
Working my arse off. I finished the Viper.
Ooh.
Was that
was
a lovely. It was an absolutely gorgeous kit to build. So if you're looking for a car kit to build, you haven't built the Revell Dodge Viper. It's very nice.
That's
very nice kit.
Oh, nice, mate.
I like
That's
how
nice.
you've got the stripes and everything. It's even better with the bonnet up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a bit of a custom paint job, and
Are the stripes decals or painted?
no, they're painted, mate. I just mashed them off and painted them.
Nice.
Oh, so the boot lifts as well, so you've got the V8 engine and you can lift the bonnet up. Well, that's a lot better than some of the other ones.
All carpeted, and that's all right. But for £20 kit, you can't go wrong with it. It's a beautiful kit.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And now I'm on with the Porsche.
How have you got on with that?
I
You just started it in. That looks nice.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to doing that, the decals and that. And then I bought the next one this week for the next build, which is a Revell 124 Mini Cooper. So,
Was there a shopping video this week, Dave? I missed it.
it wasn't. No, I had to work, mate. I was.
Right.
I didn't finish work till 6 o'clock. So things got a bit extra.
I would have done the shop for you, but you said you were going to do it, didn't you?
I didn't get a chance to do it. I nipped to the shop at my lunchtime and I just got in a couple of pints and that was it. I thought there was not a lot of point doing a video.
Does your work realise that interrupting your Thursday shopping video is?
I know. I did get my my price of emails as well this week, which is the Tamiya catalogue. It's like plastic porn. It's just it's done really nice.
Did it come in a plain brown envelope?
It did actually, yes, it did. With and then the well, that's all. Thanks, Pete. And that. I know you won't be watching.
Me.
I wonder if that's Reese joined us by any chance.
What gave it away?
Get it that way. The hair showed up 5 minutes before you did, mate. That's what gave it away.
What's that?
I said the hair showed up 5 minutes before your light came on, mate. That's what gave it away. It's like Mark Simpson.
If you're going to have your mic in truck like that, and not you'd have to paint it orange and.
He needs to
pink
swap the
hair on
mic end with what Dave's got. Dave's got a bright red one.
What are we talking about now?
The mic.
Oh, right. Okay.
But you know.
He can't use his nose. I'm holding it to ransom until he finishes that bloody Subaru he started building about 3 months ago.
Well, word was Dave's got a bright red one. I didn't know what was going on. I thought
No, I've got Peter's nose.
Philip Gosling's in. Good evening, Philip.
Hello, Philip.
Alan sent to Dave. His car's a lovely colour. That'll be the wee yellow one with the stripes up the front.
Thank you.
Jared's in. He's going, hi all, nice car, Dave.
Thank you.
Total
And it was the mist. I have to use the. I can't use zero paints, obviously, because of the smell in the bedroom and that. So I've been using Tamiya mainly, but I've stumbled across the old Mr. Hobby.
Oh, the Aqueous range.
The Aqueous, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. It's good stuff, mate. So I can't compare it to zero paints because I've never used them, obviously, but comparing them to Tamiya, put down than Tamiya are. So
yeah, they're on a par with Tamiya, but a better colour range.
The glosses are better.
Yeah.
The glosses are far better than Tamiya because they actually go down glossy quite easily.
Yeah.
Plus the clear coats in the Aqueous range are quite fantastic.
Alan's saying, Jesus, Dave, come build my house extension. It'll be done in a week.
Yeah. What are we hanging about, mate? I don't know about the first decent gust of wind you get, but I'll come and give you a mate, no problem.
You'd even have your garden done as well. Know what Dave's like with dios.
Jared's saying, hi, Colin. Totally Scale Models is giving it a Hayfest start. And Expat is asking, how are you now, Colin?
Good and bad days, mate. I had a ropey one yesterday, so I couldn't even make it down my stairs. So, yeah, good and bad days at the moment. But we'll get there.
Missed them yesterday. Yeah,
it's a little bit slower than I would like, but I've got to be sensible, should we say.
Yeah, because you're not
which for me is unusual.
You're not supposed to be at your bench yet, are you, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not supposed to be, no.
But you'd be bored out your tips otherwise.
Yeah, you know, but yeah.
Well, Colin, was it really because you was in that bed you couldn't get up, or was it just a ploy so you finally managed to get breakfast in bed?
No, oh, fucking hell, no chance of that, mate. No chance of that, mate, not around here.
Stephen Whittingham is in. He's going, evening, folks from Plymouth.
Hello, Stephen, you all right, mate?
Davey UK is in. Hello, all.
Hi, Davey.
Hello.
And Totally Scale Models is saying small steps, Colin, small steps.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you just got to be sensible about it. But yeah, you know me, mate. I push the envelope as far as I can, and then it bites me in the backside, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't push it so far, then.
So recently, David's in. We can only see his chest, his man chest.
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
We want to see a lovely
He's obviously been working out. He wants us to comment on his six-pack or something. Oh.
Yeah. It's looking a bit more like a keg. But, yeah.
Oh, no. Put it down.
No, put it back. Put it back.
Now. Put it back.
All right. Hang on.
It's too close.
Oh, what have we got now? Oh, he's put it on. Oh, flesh tones. Stones.
Did I spot a new rack behind John?
I don't know, but I was looking at the rack Reese was showing me there. Oh, sorry.
No, John popped briefly on screen, and that looked like a nice rack that he has there.
Bennett,
You get some shelves. Yeah.
making shelves, but like, my God, it's like a motorcycle showroom in there, mate.
You got a nice rack, John.
Yeah, you've got,
You got a nice rack,
mate. There we go. Yeah, everyone's caught on to that one.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, Andrew Sutherland's in. Beyond Hope. Evening, guys. Good to see your return, Colin.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, evening.
I do right.
Need to watch for these comments on this one, but Plastic Welder saying, having just come back to the hobby, what genre would you guys recommend to ease them back in?
Anything. Anything.
Terry's going to say motorbikes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say cars. Vincent's going to say armour.
I would say whatever takes.
Planes are good as well.
Anything as long as it's tiny.
Yeah, if you see
Yeah, armour.
if you see a kit and it sparks an interest or raises an eyebrow, that's the one you buy.
Yeah.
Don't matter what it is.
Alan's going there. This is like an advert for Crime Watch this evening.
What do you say, Alan?
Britain's Most Wanted.
Yeah, Kieran's a bit like me.
Is that how you hold the number up? Is it?
It's supposed to be wanted.
Creative genius. Right, well, actually, we'll pop across to Colin next and see what he's been up to, even though he's not supposed to have been up to anything. So don't tell anybody.
Naughty fish.
So this video can be used in evidence against him if he does find out that he's done something.
I've not been at my bench because I've been a good boy, haven't I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What have I been up to? Been printing decals. For the transit van, which the first side got applied yesterday.
Oh, look at that.
Really is nice.
That's so good.
Yeah,
It's a decal wrap, almost like a vinyl wrap, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So I sat and videoed that.
Did you do that in one big lump, Colin?
Did
you do that in one big lump, or did you do it in sections?
No, I just cut the whole side off. That's going to be the next side, and do it in one hit, mate.
Does it stay as one piece, or did it split? Or
it stays in one piece, mate.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it all stayed in one piece, mate.
Quite robust, those decals.
Yeah, so that's one side of it done, and then obviously I've got the bonnet, the roof, the tailgate to do on that. Started the cat. So I've had to play with one leg.
Nice.
You had to play with one leg.
All the other legs have got their base colours on. So I just got to weather them.
Tell you what, see when you weather that yellow, it fairly brings the tone down, doesn't it?
Yeah, I go over that with a raw umber oil.
Yeah, it takes it more to the mustardy sort of cat colour. Yeah.
Dry brushing and etc. And then this morning I started scratch building the doors and the gantries and started that off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's coming along slowly but surely. A little bit of work on the engines underneath.
I think we worked that out. That was a 1/100th or something like that. Have you managed to?
Yeah, and then obviously I've got the other side to do as well. But yeah, so it's coming along slowly but surely. So that's what I've not been up to at my bench, because I've not been at my bench.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, mate, see you in a minute.
Pip's there with his scoff. He's got to have his sustenance at his bench.
He's back in 10 seconds, no worries.
I'm not touching the puffin. I just want to say hi to Colin.
Your biggest fan's back, Colin.
Sorry, mate.
All right.
Pip's saying she missed you, Colin.
Oh, hello, Pip. Sorry, darling, I didn't hear you.
Really?
Just catch up in the chat.
He's put the hearing aid in selective mode again.
Kieran's saying Vincent and I are like peas in a pod. Yes.
Yeah.
Young whippersnappers getting up to no good usually on a Saturday night.
And we're brought into our armour as well, yeah.
Frankie Goes to Hobbywood, obviously talking about Colin stuff. It was like, oh, wow, that's awesome, Colin, when we were looking at the transit.
It just goes to prove, print your own decals and go for it. Just wrap the vehicle, plenty of microsol. and it'll conform, you know.
It's just the fact it's one big sheet and you've got no bubbles under it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It will conform. There's a certain brand of decals that I know doesn't conform.
Yeah, you know, and I'm quite regimented how I do it. You know, I let me ink dry for 24 hours. I let the individual layers of the fixative dry for 24 hours, you know, and I find that then that gives me a decal that isn't going to play me up at all, you know. So it works for me, you know. I don't.
Yeah, but it's.
I've watched your videos of you working with that stuff when you're at that, you know, Japanese large mechanized robot sniper thing.
Yeah, I use all kinds of things, scalpels and citadels to move me decals around, and I've not had one rip yet.
Yeah, they don't tear, but it seems you're able to, you know, do things with them, even though sols on it normal decal would drip. It's a bit like the motorsport carbon fiber decals that you get. Everybody rants on about that they're really pliable and you can do.
Yeah. I mean, I sat there this morning with that, and I've got thumb and finger on it, and I'm stretching it over the panel.
Oh.
Grabbing it and stretching it and bosh, you know, and
like you would do with a vinyl, basically.
Yeah. Luckily, I managed to capture that on video, you know. So,
brilliant.
Yeah, you know, it's conformed to what I want, you know, and that'll have a clear coat before I do the next side, because obviously I'm going to be handling the model, so I don't want the decal to lift at all.
Get torn off
and stuff. But yeah, quite happy with that. So I've got the bonnet. I've got the roof, the other side to do, so I'll do both sides first, then do the bonnet, then do the roof, then do the tailgate last.
Excellent. Frankie goes to Hobbywood, get your teeth in Terry. It says a cool transit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a British Gas Revell or Shitteleri transit, actually, that Fox did as the knackered old transit, and I just thought it would be a good test mule to test how big I could go with a decal to wrap, and the bigger the better.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Quite big by the looks of it. It would scare me doing it, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's one of them, isn't it?
Totally Scale Models is going, oh my, Colin, that's out of this world.
That's the theme, out of this world, see?
And Frankie goes to Hobbywood, says, and I don't have to buy it because I have one in my stash, Colin.
Good man.
That might be the transit.
Yeah.
So the inside of the transit is your workroom, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the outside is an exact replica of your house, yeah?
Yeah.
He lives in a van, he's a hobo.
Yeah. When you go on Google Maps, you'll see the Saturn, the Jupiter.
Kieran Ashdown's obviously going, cat.
Yes.
Totally Scale Models is saying, Colin, I've just ordered grub screws for my grub.
Oh, good man.
Jared B's going, nice, Colin. Plastic Welder is saying, I think I'll start with military trucks until I get the spraying knack back. Yeah, sometimes doing the armour and matte coats is easier than doing super shiny. Alan saying Dave was getting a good slapping by Pip there when Pip popped in. Kieran saying he wouldn't mind doing some classic Porsche racers like the 935 or 917 as I work on Porsches every day.
Yeah.
Lucky man, isn't he? Getting to be a mechanic in a Porsche garage.
Always like Porsche.
Sticking with Colin, Kieran's actually got a question for Colin about making the decals. So do you just use a normal inkjet paper for the decal printing?
No, it's decal paper. I'm doing a how-to video at the moment that I'm going to put up on my YouTube, and it's going to list all the paper I use and how I go about laying out the artwork and what fixative I use, etc. So it is specific A4 white decal paper, and you can also get it in transparent.
Hurry up then, because I want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I stick to the white paper because obviously transparent paper doesn't print white, and printers that print white are very expensive. That's the stuff. There you go. And
I've got that, and I've got my polycoat.
Yeah, you can get it on the flea bay and use the Plasticoat gloss sealer and go for it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Alan saying, Cresta, awesome van, mate.
Cheers, Alan. Thank you.
Ken Sturrockson, good evening, Ken. He's going, nice, Colin. Alan's going, super shiny. And Kieran's going, that's awesome, Colin. Thanks, mate.
yeah, it's got to have all the gloss coats on there and that. But yeah, hopefully over the next couple of days, I'll do the rest of the video on that, and then I'll be able to upload it to my YouTubes as an example of how to do your own decals, basically. Tutorial for people.
Excellent. Right, we'll go on to, because Chris from Gross Models isn't in for long tonight because he's going gaming.
As ever. Well, yeah.
What
Going on the game,
Chris?
Today, today I finished off the decals on my Star Lifter.
That's coming together, nice, mate.
She's really.
That's your remodel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished all the paintwork last week and done all the decals this week, and yeah, just finishing off. When they're set on there, I'd give it another clear coat and then start a bit of weathering. Not doing too much on it. It's
Well, nice big plane for 144 actually.
Yeah, it's I think the second biggest plane in existence or something.
Anything else you've been up to?
Not really. I've been playing the games, but
just gaming.
I like to do one kit at a time. I don't like to have too many on the go.
Yeah, do you get confused or do you lose bits?
Neither. I just feel it. I focus on one, and that's just how I've done it.
I should do that. I might actually get things finished.
The only thing, when I was doing the big bike, I did a bit of that and then had to step back because it was just too big.
Yeah.
But for a normal kit, I just like to do one, get it done. Except for the tugs. I've still got the tugs on the go.
Yeah, two tugs, is that?
Two tugs, yeah. I've got 2 tugs on the go. So once I've finished this Star Lifter, I'm going to do at least a bit more of the tugs. And
yeah, because Totally Scale Models is saying there, what about them tugs, Chris? Yeah.
Yeah, they're still there. I've got just there. It's still there.
Still there.
This is the old battered one, which I'm leaving out and about in the dust. The other one's in a because that's the new shiny one. Yeah,
Kieran Ashdown saying that he's saying that he does one kit at a time.
Yeah.
So excellent stuff. Just for the quick catch up. I thought I would catch you before you disappear.
Yeah, I'll disappear in a bit. I'll say goodbye before I go, but I'm still here now.
Totally Scale Models, obviously on about how to make your own decals. He's looking forward to seeing that video.
Yeah.
A question for Chris from Jared. Did you get the water sorted out in your tugs, and what water effects do you recommend?
No, I haven't quite finished yet. I've been playing around with water effects. There's a couple of videos on my channel about trying to do water, which I've gone little test ponds.
Aye.
I'm going with Mod Podge.
Oh, Mod Podge, right?
Which is
good old Mod
basically a glue, but it's a water-based sealer, glue, and finish apparently.
Right.
But it's cheap, and you can just sort of pour it in. You've got to do it in thin layers and build it up because it takes if you do more than about 3 or 4 mil, then it takes 5 years for it to dry.
Mm.
It's a good sealant for doing just any general dio, and you're putting clay or plaster on top of it. It's a very good sealant for your wood base.
Like a PVA, then, is it?
It is.
Pretty much, yeah.
It is PVA, but it's cheap and you get it in big portions. So it's like
Oh, we do like a large portion, like here.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with a large portion.
But
you can drill that as well, can't you? You can drill in.
I would expect so. Once it's dry, it's sort of pretty solid.
Yeah, it dries tougher than normal PVA would.
Yeah.
Not as rubbery.
Andrew Sutherland from aka Beyond Hope has got another question for Chris. As you're playing Elite Dangerous now, how about scratch building a Cobra Mark III? It's flat polygons and plenty of flat maps on the internet to cut out of plastic art.
Yeah, I thought about 3D printing one actually. There's files for Cobras to print, and yeah, as you say, they're mostly flat. Although in Dangerous, they're all got extra shiny bits and stuff sticking out of them, not like the original Elite where it was just wireframe. But yeah, I've been looking around and thinking about it, but nah.
Totally Scale Models is again another question for Chris. When you do the layers, Chris, does it show the layers when it's dried? When you're building up the layers for the
no, it seems to. If you let it dry, then it dries clear. So it's all just fine unless you add something on it. If you don't get it, if you get like a layer of dust or something on it, then you'll be in trouble.
If you look sideways on, you would see the layers, but if you look down,
no, you can't.
No?
I've got. There we go. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but that's. I painted the bottom of the tray in brown, and then coloured. Just put a couple of drops of paint into the first layer of Mod Podge and mixed it all in, and left that to dry, and then done 2 layers on the top, and you can't see any layers to it at all. I'll put a picture up in the dungeon at the side of that. But yeah, it's
okay.
It's a darker blue than I'm going for on the actual thing. I'm going more greeny blue, but it was just to test it out. So you can snap the sides off, and you can't see any layer. There's probably a dozen layers in there,
right?
But you can't see them at all. I'll leave that on the side. I'll remember.
It's like hard then, or is it?
Sorry,
soft like PVA. Does it hard, or is it like rubberized, or?
It's sort of a cross between it. It's got some flex to it,
right?
But it's solid,
right?
I mean there's no
right,
give to it for that, but you can bend it, and it sort of goes back. So it's just like a hard plasticky, not a solid plastic, but like a hard rubber.
Yeah. Andrew Sutherland saying the wargaming community use clear polyester resin, which I think what Dave uses for their water, and some do accept tints. I think you use inks or something if you're using that kind of resin.
Yeah, I think you could, but I didn't have any, and I had paint, so I just put some paint in it, and it seemed to work. So,
Jared's asking, do you use a glossy Mod Podge?
That one is gloss, I think. Yes.
Right.
It says gloss on it, but it's all in foreign. I got it off Amazon, so
it's all in foreign. It's like not in London, mate.
It's not from London. Nah. I'll take a picture now, and I'll put it up in the dungeon now. So,
have you been practicing your accent for the E-model show to do like a "Call blimey, governor"?
No, but my London's pretty. I'm only just down the road from Heathrow, so I'm pretty London already.
Yeah, but you're not "Call blimey tamblers."
No, not apples and pears. No.
Alan's asking, where is Scott? Scott's not feeling well.
Family outing tonight.
Oh, is that his sisters? Is that his sisters tonight?
Yeah, his sisters tonight.
Aye, he'll be away playing with her puppy, and that's not a euphemism. She's actually got a puppy. Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll not go there. Gordon's alive. Hello, John.
Yeah, hello, man.
How are you doing, Mucker?
I'm all right.
I heard you had a little bit of an incident. Your false leg got you into a bit of trouble earlier on this week, and you fell flat in your coupon and broke your phone. How the hell did you do that?
Basically, tripped in a pothole.
Oh, you could claim the council for that, can you not?
Well, it'd be Donington Park, wouldn't it?
What have you been up to, John? Apart from, I can see you've got 3 sets of shelves at the back of you.
Yeah, that's
nice work, John.
That's a third of the collection.
Yeah, but we're looking at them last night, and Colin would love them because you're doing like a theme of like say Rossi throughout the years and stuff like that, aren't you?
Yeah, well, basically what I've got is the history of the NS 500, starting off with the first one, working through the years.
Yeah.
Right, then you go on to the NSR 500. In the Rothmans colours through to the Repsol colours, through into Mick Doohan's and stuff. And then on the next shelf, I've got all the Rossi's bikes that I'm working my way through. Each year's 2000, 2001, 2002, 3. I'm just working my way through. And I've got Machini ones, Kenny Roberts when he first came over, then another Kenny Roberts, Eddie Lawson's, Randy Mamola's, Kenny Roberts Jr.
Got any W. Gardner?
Yeah, he's here, look.
Is that W. Gardner's bike, is it?
Yeah, that one and that one. Them two.
I know it's Wayne Gardner, but I'm calling up some rock when I could.
Oh, there's some bloke called W. Gardner.
Yeah, I'll
wake you off the buses.
Oh,
look at that.
Oh, what's that one?
It's XS 1100 Midnight Special.
Oh, that's nice.
That's bigger than 112 though.
It's the 1/6 one.
1/6.
I recognise that scale.
Yeah.
Is that Tamiya?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the 1/6 Ducati that Rossi had when he went to Ducati for his really successful tenure.
Yeah, but I've got that one, the CB1100R and the CX500 Turbo to do as well. Yeah.
I've just noticed, John, You've got one missing there, John.
Which one's that one?
Guy Martin's one, because they're all in one piece.
Well, I could get a load of these and just chuck them all down.
I chuck them all down the street. Totally Skill Models on about the accents there. He was saying Chris is West London or Outer London. Yes. Kieran's going nice bikes. Totally Skill Models are saying just a few bikes there. He's got another 6 boxes up in the loft. I think you've built the whole Tamiya range more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
He found a Tamiya Honda RC211 V5 I bought when I was 16 the other day. Box is tatty, but the contents are all good. Jared's going, wow. Yeah, and Totally Scale Models is saying that big 1.6 bike, that won't fit on them shelves. And Paul Lloyd's in. Evening, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
He's saying, evening, chaps. Hope you're all well and nice bikes.
Plus.
Oh, it's the Dukes of Herbie. Is that you finished with it now then? Is that all glossed up and everything?
It's all glossed up. I've just got finished putting the windows in and then finish the dio.
Oh, look at that. That dio looks good.
With his refence and everything.
What did you use for the road surface there, John?
Which one did I use for that one?
It's white now. Pull it back to the camera a bit and put your hand at the back of it.
It's Valero. Dark Earth.
Vallejo Dark Earth or Vallejo.
I've yet to try Vallejo weathering stuff, but I've heard good stories about them. Hopefully, better experiences than what they've been.
Yeah, it's a brownie grey. It's got a bit of grit in it.
Yeah. It's like this.
Yeah, for the others.
Like the MIG heavy stuff. It's like that as well.
Yeah,
like quite pasty.
The grass, because it's going to be based in the States, the grass isn't as green. I've been using the Tamiya texture grass effect khaki as a base.
All right.
And
you can use that for doing casting textures on turret as well. That's really lovely stuff.
It's got like
because it's got that sandy feeling.
Hold on. What's Dave showing us? Smoo bloody, what is it?
Remember when this was bloody muddy mud?
That blooming bloody mud that you made up, that's still wet.
Yeah.
What was that a mixture of again?
Oh, I can't remember. I'll have to get my notebooks out later and have a look.
Of course, David's in the Smoo Industries chemistry department. He tests all things.
Well, you say he's in it. He is the Smoo Industries chemistry department.
Plastic
how long ago did I make that?
Yeah, oh god, that's a couple months ago you made that. Yeah, and it keeps quite well. Plastic Weather saying they think he might do bikes now, Jewel. Ken Sturrock's going, nice collection. Anything else you've been working on, John?
I've been going to the moon.
Oh, I thought we were going to keep that for later, but that's cool. Oh, I like that. Apollo.
Yeah, Apollo.
What did you use for the heat reflective foil on the bottom there?
It actually comes with it all moulded on.
Huh.
So it comes ready moulded on, and basically I sprayed it with the shiniest gold that I could get, and then sprayed it with Tamiya clear orange to start with.
It's Vincent on helium.
Apparently so.
We have a problem.
I don't know what he's just lit up, but I think it's something in that cigarette.
Vincent, what are you smoking in that cigarette? It sounds like Pink and Perky.
Are you smoking, Vincent?
Vincent. Oh, it's all right enough, Alan.
You might have to go and come back, Vincent, because we can't understand a word.
Yeah, you need to come back. Normal service will resume shortly.
I always said there was something funny about them Belgians.
Oh, I need to turn back. Frankie goes to Hollywood, says helium cigarettes. Yeah, it must be helium.
How's it now?
That's better.
No, it's still terrible, Vincent.
Yeah.
I thought,
Yeah, no, but I noticed something going off with the internet connection because John cut out for a little bit, and it then must have been some weird latency thing.
I thought you were using one of those voice changers and just.
No, mate. It's like back in the day, like the old school days of voice communication when gaming, like Ventrilo and TeamSpeak, when those cocked up, you had stuff like that happening constantly.
Well, like basically, as you were sort of doing your Pinky and Perky, totally scale models was going like, "What the fuck?" Alan's going, "The Chipmunk Show." Everybody's laughing. Totally scale model says, "I want some of whatever you're smoking, please." Paul, I thought that was hilarious.
I will have to watch the feedback indeed, Kieran. Yeah.
Frankie goes to Hobbywood, thought you were on helium cigarettes. Paul's happy he made it back in time for this. Oh, you'll need to watch that back, mate. Yeah.
I
know, but I
do that on. Used to be able to do that on TeamSpeak. When we were playing World of Warcraft, we used to do it a lot to each other. There's so many different voice available.
The voice changers. Aye.
Well, not just that. Sometimes you just had like people from Germany in your guild connecting, and their latency was just so terrible. It was like 1 minute they were like the slowest robot on the planet, and the other minute, yeah, they went chipmunk mode, like I apparently did.
Well, obviously, we've got all the regulars in tonight, but anybody that's joined us through the YouTube link and you're viewing in the small window, as usual, if you click the little YouTube icon in the bottom, I'll bring you into the main room and you can sit and chat with us and listen to people talk as if they're on helium and stuff. All the way from Belgium. Oh, that was funny. Oh, yeah. So, we were with John. Have you been building anything else apart from Belgian helium-speaking people?
Yeah. My favourite rider.
Ooh. That's a bit of a bike.
What is that?
Studio 27's conversion set to change basically the
RGB 500, yeah.
Into the Batmobile. The Batbike.
Yeah, in the
Parachines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful bike.
Yeah. So I've been adding all the cabling and bits and pieces. What have I put on? HT leads, throttle cables and stuff. Building the fork legs, I've just got to mount them in there. That's basically the rolling chassis done.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put the seat unit together and give that a coat of gloss white to see how it's coming out.
Is that a resin rear seat cowling, is it?
Yeah, that's the resin rear seat unit. Comes in two parts.
If you hold it back to your light a bit, we can see it better because it just whites out when you go right up to the camera.
Well, let's do that then.
Aye, you just stick your hand behind it. It just whites out a bit. Just take it back to the camera a bit. There we go. That's it. That's it. Oh, it's lovely casted.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's in two parts, joined straight down the middle.
It's not 3 sets then?
No.
Oh, it's 2-part resin. All right, okay.
Yeah. Then you get the solid resin fuel tank.
All right, that's just one piece then. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just one piece because that tank is actually different to the one that you get in the kit.
Right.
And the white metal bean cans.
Oh, the spanny pipes. Yeah.
Spanny pipes, yeah. You get the white metal body and turned aluminium barrels, cans for the end.
Nice.
Right. So they're the two basically that.
Oh, come through the resin seat cowl. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I do like that.
And standard kit exhaust with the turned can.
The aluminium bit on the back, yeah, for the bottom one.
On the end. And then I've got all that lot to do.
A load of photo etch. I take it that's a Studio 27 super detail upset. That'll be like 100 odd quid or something stupid, is it?
Yeah.
That's the one that those build up in layers, right? So you get like the outside layer, then the core layers of the disc, and then an outside layer again.
Yeah, the front disc is made up of 3 parts.
3 parts?
You start off with the outer layer, then there's like a middle piece and the outer.
Oh, I prevented
that. And and I'm going to do it as Barry's bike.
Ooh, look at those decals.
Is that the same year? Is that the same year as the one Colin did?
It will be the same year as the one Colin did.
Interesting.
And I've got another RGB because I'm going to go and do Mr. Rossi Senior.
Oh yeah, Graziano.
Yeah.
So that's the same exact bike, but with just different livery on it.
It's basically with a few different little bits and pieces on.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it with a spliff resting on the petrol tank because he was a bit of a fucking bit of a pothead, wasn't he, Graziano?
Yeah. Stick him and Barry side by side. Barry with the fag hanging out his helmet.
Barry had a hole drilled in the front of his crash helmet, didn't he, with his fag poking out?
Yeah.
It's strange that because back in the day I used to have exactly the same helmet and I too had a hole through the front so you could have a fag before you cleared off.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you're doing 200 mile an hour, it kind of goes.
On the start-finish line this day and age with a fag on, could you? You know what I mean?
Right, he's actually saying, anyone joining for the first time tonight, welcome to the asylum. Yes, pick a cell in the dungeon and off you go. Lee Barrow's in. Hiya, Lee.
Hello, Lee.
Hello. What I do, I build on a theme. And what I'm doing, I've got Barry's first bike at decoder number 7 on. One missing for the middle years between these two. I've got the Yamaha that he went to after he fell out with Suzuki. So what I'm going to do Rossi's dad's bike on his 500 two-stroke, and I'm going to get another of Rossi's bikes, Valentino's, and I'm going to do them on a Dio. Father and son, side by side.
But that's just part of your collection up on those 3 shelves.
That is, so as I says, that is just part of it. I've built just about, I have all of the Tamiya range multiple times, and it's like I was showing you the other night. I've got the Swans. Pepsi Yam.
I like that.
I've got his Yamaha as well. No, that's his Suzuki. That's his other Suzuki. But I'm just plodding my way through.
I thought I was daft on bikes till I seen you. What you've been up to is like, Terry's just dabbling.
It's like that. That's the proverbial rocking horse.
That's what I'm pretty sure Mike got for his birthday off his son, actually, that 500 racer.
There he is.
Well, there he is. All right. So Mike's got that one.
Stuff.
Yeah. Well, what's it say there, though?
Is that
it doesn't say cartograph.
Oh, Mike's got a genuine one then. So has that been re-released?
I've got an old one.
Yeah.
That's an old one, isn't it?
Yeah. Mike's got the original one, and this is the re-release.
When did they re-release it then?
I've had this about 3 years now.
All right, so they're probably still hard to get.
Yeah, you can still get them out there, but
Are you
yeah,
not bored of doing bikes yet then?
no, because
They're good fun to make.
Aren't they all the same though? Once you've done 20 of them, then
I suppose
they're not the same. There's unique
like
differences.
if you follow it like what John and Colin does and follow all the MotoGP and everything, it's all the different levels. He's got basically a starting grid sitting there.
it's like that's been out of production for a bit. Woo!
I've seen people do that as well, like do the entire starting grid of a particular memorable race.
Yeah, well, that's what I've done. I've done that in the past, where back in the day when I used to go to the Transatlantic and the GP when it was at Donington and stuff, it was push start.
Oh, that's right. I used to remember them running along the side. That's why you've got the starting rider for Tamiya, because I used to run and then jump onto the bike and bump it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I did the Donington start grid one year for the Transatlantic that I did. It was a Dio. It was quite big. And basically, back in the day, you had possibly 3 riders in one team.
Yeah.
All right. So different numbers, same livery sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd have the Honda team. They'd all be the same colour bike, but they'd have a different number on. Right? So you'd have all the teams there and stuff, and you'd have the bikes all lined up with the mechanic standing holding the bike, and you'd have the rider across the other side getting ready to run.
Right.
So you'd start off with the starting grid rider, right? And you'd alter them slightly, so one was running a bit faster than the other, or you'd go to the start where the rider was at the side and bumping them.
All right, okay.
So you could either do a Le Mans style start or a standard start alley, push starting off the start finish line.
I mean, what put paid to it was when the 4-strokes come in, because they started to find out that they couldn't run and start the 4-strokes.
Yeah.
Compressed a bit high on those.
Yeah.
Lee Barlow's been saying he's been building bikes for 25 years as well. So, yeah, somebody else is in them. And Totally Skill Models is saying, right, I'm about to cut the head off my at.
Good man.
Why are you cutting the head off your at?
That'd be more an ouch than an at.
Yeah, he's going out, not out.
Yeah. Alan's saying Dave looks like as if he's in a sci-fi film. He's got his
Smoo Industries visor on.
He's King of Small Things device, yes, with the shark's mouth and his all the gears and stuff on it.
It's because I'm nearly blind, that's all it is.
He wears that just for reading the paper. So we're going to...
I can see.
I'm going to disappear tonight then, guys. So have a good one.
Bye, Chris.
See you, Chris.
Catch you another time.
Bye, Chris. All right, mate.
See you later.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
Fox.
Dad,
Yeah.
what you been doing this week, Dad?
I've been doing a lot. I think John's done all mine for me this week, by the looks of it, the amount of stuff he's done.
Bloody hell. You've been a busy lad.
I've done some more on there. I've been
Oh,
getting on with the
painting.
lifeboat.
Yeah.
Yeah, painted the deck and what have you. Doing some detailing on the outside now.
Ooh.
As well. That just fell off.
Yeah.
While I was waiting for paint to dry, I started building the Sea King.
Yeah.
So I'm in various stages on that one as well. Doing different
I think that's
bits on
the
that.
one that Luke sent me then, is it?
Yeah, same one, yeah.
So I've
Yeah, I've got loads of bits all over the worktop here of all the sub-assemblies and bits and bobs that I've been doing. What else have I done? I haven't done much else apart from that, because I've done a lot of the detail work inside as well under the plastic sheet. So
When's you, Dave, going to do your body build on the
Head Force 1?
amazing
Force
plane?
One.
Yeah.
As soon as this is done, I'm up for it. Dave's holding off for me now. It's not me holding off for Dave, because
Right.
Dave will have Ed Force 1 done in 2 days.
Yeah.
So little does Dave know, I've actually started mine. I've very nearly finished it, but don't tell him.
Quite unlike you, Mike, because you've never done that on your Beetle, did you, mate?
No. So that's about me. That's about me up to date there, really.
Kieran saying, "Oh, Liverpool won today."
Yes, they did win today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deservedly so as well.
I'm not into football. He's going Palace, but I believe that's Crystal Palace. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Total Skill Model saying he's doing a derelict dial. Is that in a war scene or a sci-fi scene or something?
The reason he got the head off his 8080 is because he's doing it as a derelict, is what he's saying.
Oh, right, okay, right.
It's like the whole crashed, lying in the ground, face first kind of thing. Yeah, cool.
Meep.
Hello.
How
What's
you
Meep been doing?
We've not seen you for a wee while. Folk have been asking for you. How's things?
Yeah, well, not just about minutes about. I've been obviously working a lot over the weekends. Past couple of weeks, that's why I've not been on. And the reason I'm on tonight is because I've actually signed off work. So I'm not doing too good. I got an inner and an outer ear infection, so I've not actually been able to get up to the.
You're playing labyrinthitis where you keep falling over all the time, aren't you?
Yeah. So I've not actually been. I've not been doing much of anything really. I've got a few new ideas in mind. I want to try and scratch build some scenes. So I've got I've been doing some research into the OR of MASH.
Mm-hmm.
I can help you with that. I know a lot about that.
Sorry, mate?
I know a lot about that show. I've watched it back to front many times.
Yeah. I absolutely adore MASH, and I've got the box sets down here.
Have you done the tent with the helicopter thing then?
No, I haven't. No, that's an old reveal kit, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to find, but it's pretty good.
We used to have a member in Dreamwalk, didn't we? Neil Kroll, the Canadian guy. He hasn't been on for a long time, but he actually did that, didn't he? He did the swamp and he did that.
Oh, did he posted that in the Boom Hut, didn't he, Dave? Yeah.
Neil Kroll, Canadian. He used to do he was a bodybuilder, wasn't he?
That's right. I did the bodybuilding in that.
Yeah, I think he added a Jeep to that as well, like a 2-scale Jeep as well. Yeah.
I've got been doing some research into the OR and things I used to use and that sort of stuff. So obviously being the medical profession that I do, I can try and see if I can get some bits and pieces and some ideas that way. And another thing I'm planning is me and Clarice, my girlfriend, we play a game called Outlast. It's on the PS4, and it's all to do with like basically you're a journalist. That's just all you've got. You've got nothing with you. You've just got like a video camera on night mode. So it's a horror game. You've got no way of protecting yourself. It's literally just you run, hide, or die is the options. But some of the scenes in there are awesome. So I'd love to make up a scratch build a scene of that sort of thing. So I've got a few ideas there.
Sounds like you need a Revell 124 Huey to complete that then, Reese.
Yeah. Sounds like it, yeah.
Oh, not this one, Colin.
Yeah, that's the one, mate. That's the one.
That's massive.
So I think I saw someone else building that. That's like the one with the internal framing and everything as well, right?
Yeah, as far as I remember.
I think so. Yeah. It's been such a long time since I started it. It's just
because the one I did, I think it was the 148 gunship one, or was it 132nd? I can't remember. Because it did have an interior, but it didn't have a framing per se. It was just like two halves you stuck together, and then some frame detail on the inside.
Yeah.
But I remember like the tail was like going off to one direction. It's like hilarious.
Yeah, I started that one. I started it and just got so fed up with it and bits kept falling off.
They're known as unique characteristics.
The unique characteristics kind of wound me up a little bit, so I kind of put it to a side and back up again.
I take it Clarice is in tonight because obviously if you've got balance problems, I mean, I don't know if anybody knows in the chat, but your man cave is in the loft and you've got to climb a ladder to get there.
Yeah, well, she's out at the moment, but our housemate's in, so if I fall, we can catch
I was
him.
just wondering what sort of noise you'd make if you fell down the stairs. It'd be like meep, meep, meep.
It'd be like Vincent with that helium microphone.
Can you imagine the two of them having a conversation in like the Blue Oyster Bar with a do, and he's going like, and Vincent's going helium.
Oh, I'm not going to live that one down for a while.
It's going to haunt you forever.
Well, cheers for that, Reese. We'll go into Mr. Helium Man himself. We'll need to do him a new banner and everything. What will we call him now?
Yeah.
Captain Helium.
Yeah, cheers for that.
What have you been up to, mate?
I actually have to grab it. You probably can see it standing right there.
On your dial, yeah.
Yeah, so it's still in my makeshift made from paper, which is now falling apart photo booth.
Oh, your photo booth.
Yeah, it's I probably need to do the tape again, but I'll go grab that and what else I've been doing. So
right, neighbour, that's a World War I tank. Yeah, he's actually got a space in his bench tonight. He's pretty tidy, and the observant amongst you might notice he hasn't got the phallic-looking sprue in the right-hand corner of the screen tonight. Somebody picked up on that last week. That's actually looking really nice, all muddy and everything. Oh, on cars, and he's on all sorts of stuff. Oh, he's been a busy boy. Well, he's not really a boy, he's a man, but he looks like a boy. You can hear what we're saying now. Right, I better stop flagging him.
So this is the one I've been working on. Put that on the scene today.
That's looking good, mate.
So basically, the idea of the dial is it's traveling on a track that they've used to move artillery in behind the front lines, and this one's coming back from the front lines.
But the different thing about that one, if you turn it sort of side-ish on, is that it's a British tank that's been captured by the Germans and repurposed for them. So that's why it's got the German cross on it. That's looking good, mate.
Cheers. So yeah, done that with used basically a big scenery mat, a 30 by 30 centimeter scenery mat that's done by a local Belgian company. And then the mud tracks, I basically used this stuff, which is Sculptamold.
Sculptamold.
Yeah, it's a mix of plaster and paper mache, basically.
All right. Lee Barlow's going very nice. Plastic Welder's going, I like that tank, very cool. Kieran's going, that looks awesome, Vincent. And Jared's going, nice tank.
Cheers, guys. And then the other thing I've been doing, painting a beetle.
Oh.
So you can see the paint coat is still blotchy because this is just the second layer. So I still need to...
You can't really pick it up in the camera there, but there's lights through that or something.
Yeah, it's a zero paint Canna di Fucile Ferrari black, which is basically gun black in Italian.
All right.
So it builds up
that again in Italian.
Canna di Fucile.
I bet you can see like spaghetti bolognese off your Porsche as well.
And then I've done this one as well. Like the top, the red color on this one's finished, but as you can see, I haven't painted this because this entire lower band needs to be gloss black.
All right, so that's a different color. So that's a race car. Yeah. Totally Skill Models is going great dial. Yeah, I've not even tried a dial yet. Dave's the man for the dials usually.
It's the first one I attempted that, and basically I used, I kind of cheated by using a pre-cut mat, but 30 by 30 centimeters for €11. By the time I get all the supplies to build it myself, it's going to cost me the same amount. Used the sculptor mold to, give structure to that, and then basically went to town with, what is it?
Oh, your washes.
The MIG enamel colors, Kursk Earth in this case. And then the tank itself was weathered with MIG medium density mud splashes, the loose ground color.
I've not tried any of them yet, but then I don't do an awful lot of.
It's got a bit of volume to it, a bit of texture, so that's quite nice to use it on because you can actually build it up.
Excellent stuff.
Go along. But yeah, that's it. Other than that,
Everybody's been quite busy.
Yeah, I've been working on the B1 a bit as well, but not really made huge
Oh,
amounts
that
of
big
progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I finished up one of the engine nacelles is now ready for paint. So I'll show that off next week then once it's been painted.
Cool stuff.
Cheers.
Lynn's no in. Lynn got her Beetle, by the way, in America, so she started on her Beetle, which is a group build. I've not got very far since last week, actually, on the Beetle, because I've been doing something else.
I've been doing your Peter Beetle, ain't you?
My Peter Beetle, yeah, but yeah, I've got the first coat of gloss and that on there and the decals and everything, and I've gave it a bit of a micro mesh back, so I've got another coat of gloss to go in there, and then basically it's just sticking all the parts which are sitting off there, all my other greebly bits in that, and it's glass working pretty much done. So yeah, yeah, I thought we'd get back onto my Peterbilt, which is fucking massive. So I'm going to try and get this into primer this week, the big chassis, the 1/16 truck. It's a bit of a bitch of a kit, if I'm being honest. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm wanting to light it up, so I'm sort of working out where I'm going to run the wires and what to drill and stuff like that. I mean, it's a pretty big beastie. I mean, there's the cab of it. There's it. Hold on. So I still haven't figured out what colour I'm going to do yet. I'm actually quite liking the yellow that I did the Beetle. But being cheeky, she's saying, have I finished the Beetle? No, I haven't. No, Tommy won. Yeah, this is a big 1/16 kit. I mean, that, just to give you an even better idea, I suppose, to hold all the parts. There's the sleeping quarters on the back. So onto the sleeping quarters goes the cab, kind of like that. If I can hold that somehow. And then we've got the bonnet. Then we've got the bonnet on the front of there. So if you can kind of get an idea of the size, it's a big kit, but it's an old tooling. It's a 1960s or 70s tooling, and some of the bits look kind of like what I've spent most of the time re-sanding them and making parts look like what they're supposed to, because the flash and the moulding was.
Totally scale models. So, are you going to light it up, Terry?
Yes. I'm in the planning stages of that at the moment. Where have I got the part? Things like. Let's try to see if I can find it. I've worked out the rear lights because I actually just put them on last night. The rear lights sit in the back of the chassis here. They're quite small, but the house both are a red light and an indicator. So the only way I'm going to get those in is I'm going to have to use nano LEDs. So I'm going to have to put 2 LEDs in that space and then run the wiring along the chassis. As far as the front, the big. I'm going to have to re-chrome it all, but it's twin headlights, so 2 LEDs in there with the wiring running through it. I've drilled it all and run that in. On top of the cab, you have 5 little running lights, the little orange running lights on the top. Now, the only way I'm going to be able to do them, because they're so small, I'm going to have to run fibre optics up through the ceiling, so I'll make a false ceiling in it and then run the fibre optics.
You could do it with nano LEDs and just put a dot of.
They're too small. You get little clear lenses and literally 0.5 mil.
Oh, you actually have lenses on it. So
it's not just like I mean, you're literally going to get a 0.5 mil fibre optics through that, and that's it. You wouldn't get a.
Yeah, I thought the detail was molded onto the plastic, because then you would have.
No. There's little housings on top of that.
Yeah.
And then there's small clear lenses.
That makes a difference. Yeah.
So I'm going to have to do that with fibre optics. So yeah, I'm planning on lighting it up. So I'm planning painting it and everything, I'm trying to look at what I can light up. There's certain things that are too small that I won't be able to light up, but I'm going to give it a bash.
Lee Barlow just said nice work, Terry.
Thank you. Oh,
and Kenneth M said, sorry, I'm late. He slept in.
Oh, he'll need to fill in the form with the HR department, Mike, won't he?
Yeah, a bit like Terry. Terry slept in as well. He only just made it tonight.
I was here for an hour to spare, so it's not really sleeping in.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I agree with total scale models. It's going to be a bit of hard work. I mean, the chassis itself, it's just silly things like the front leaf springs. I've actually having to file them all back so that they're flat and they look like leaf springs instead of really misshapen. The whole chassis was misshapen and out of line, and there's still, even though it gives you a jig, it's still a slight banana bend in it and stuff. Yeah, everything you touch in it is shite. I'll make a kit out of it though. I mean, likes of the fuel tanks and things like that, they come chromed. So you think, oh great, I'll just glue the two parts together, I'll have a lovely chrome fuel tank. No, I've had to sand back and Smoo several times the end of the tanks to make them even look as if they're fitting together. So it fits together terribly, but I'll get there in the end.
To be honest, Terry, I've been enjoying that build immensely watching you do that. I haven't learned anything new about modelling, but I've learned some fantastic new Scottish swear words.
Yes. Would that be Smooisms?
Smooisms, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a Ken in there as well somewhere. Ken keeps sticking his ugly head up. I don't know why that is.
You can.
You can.
We've never met this guy, have we? We've never seen him.
A naughty step, Terry.
Oh, we got to tell folk mind.
Smooisms.
Our clocks went forward an hour last weekend. So, yeah, people expecting the 7:30 GMT that you normally tuning in for kind of an hour early, isn't it? Really? That's why Kenneth was late. Total scale models is saying that's what I told the wife. Yeah, Jared's asking how much did that truck run me? It was supposed to be £89. I got it for 43 at Wonderland Models in Edinburgh. They had an offer on it at the time. I wouldn't have paid £90 for it. I know it's a big kit.
It doesn't seem worth it with that fit, no.
I'm trying to remember now what the original tooling was. It wasn't AMT.
Monogram?
It's a monogram. And it's late 60s, early 70s. It was tooled, and it's only been like reboxed with different decals and everything in it.
Different decals, isn't it?
It's a pig of a kit, but it's as Colin says, if you've got the basic outline of a kit, even if it's a pig of a kit, you can sand it, shape it, sprue glue it, and all that. I think most of I stopped doing anything to it for a while because I was burning out so many sanders, trying to sand it back, and I was going through like a pack of sanders every week. So yeah.
Colin says that now. Sorry, Colin says that now, but he hasn't started building that bloody Revell Huey yet.
He was kind of jesting with me about that Huey. He says we could do it as a group build, and I says to him, "Well, I like helicopters." He says, "We'll send you one." I says, "I would build it if you sent me one, but I wouldn't buy one." Yeah, if it's a bit of shit kit.
He just wants freebies, doesn't he? That's all.
Yeah.
It is a dog, Terry.
How much does that kit cost you, Colin?
It's about 14 quid, mate.
Yeah. I mean, when you're on a limited budget per month for buying modelling supplies, which a lot of us are, I'm not going to buy a shit kit.
Not a limited budget.
I'm not going to buy a shit kit. Just, well, and saying that, we bought the Airfix once, but Total Scale Models is asking Colin, what make is your ATAT?
It's an all MPC, mate.
So ERTL MPC, yeah.
Old one.
Kenneth is asking how much he's missed. Basically, what everybody's been up to. Oh, Colin's holding up the kit. It's that one.
Yeah, 1983.
Yeah, it's one of the original ones.
Yeah, £9 off the flea bay.
Wow, that's not bad.
Bargain.
When did you get that? Have you had that for a while, Cole?
No, I got that about 2 months ago, if that.
For £9?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, you can't get it. It's not a limited budget.
I'm on a zero budget, but hey, you know, I still got it for £9.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I like that.
because I knew what I was going to be doing with it, which was Caterpillar plant. So I thought, well, I'm not going to invest a high-end Star Wars priced kit into that project. You know what I mean? But a cheap £9 kit I can butcher and faff around with till my heart's content, you know?
It's went together all right though, Colin, it?
Yeah, it's not been a bad build. I mean, I didn't bother filming the build side of it because, you know, you're gluing bits together, but I focused on this more on the scratch building side and the conversion side and the weathering side, so...
Totally scale models is saying his is the Revell. So many fucking raised panel lines. I take it yours is recessed detail on yours?
No, they're all raised, but I've been sanding a lot of them down and scribing new ones. But
reverse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of de-Star Wars in it anyway to make it look like a piece of plant machinery. So I'm not really worried about Star Wars style accuracy for obvious reasons. But as long as it represents a machine, I'm quite content with it, you know.
Well, I forgot to say to Kenneth, he's sort of asking how much he's missed, and obviously Mike's letting him know the wrapping that you did on your Transit and a whole big shelf full of bikes that John's built over the years.
Oh, what? NFM's missed some, has he?
Yeah,
he's missed your Transit wrap, mate.
There you go. There's the Transit wrap.
There you go, Kenneth, just for you. I think that's stunning. That's
I've just stuck a blue planet on the door that I had spare.
So the Festa's Workshop is another decal on the decal, then I'd imagine, because
no, that Festa's Workshop decal
is in
already...
the decal. It's holy hell!
That's what I'm saying. He's not only managed to put that on in one go, he's managed to get the Festa's Workshop level.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I did all of the layout planet by planet on Photoshop.
Yeah, that's
because I wanted the rear wheel arches, you know, a large planet there just to give a start for it. And so I moved everything around on Photoshop so it'd fit on the van, and it left me with one planet, Neptune, that was going to be sort of in this area. So all I've done is I've trimmed it and stuck it on the door over the original decal. So yeah,
Pip said Tommy, you love that, Colin.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Said Tommy,
you know, so I'm trimming all my tails ready for the tailgate, so that one will go on there.
Oh, hold on, wait now.
Why is Pip on the chat when she's supposed to be making food for the christening tomorrow?
So that's a weird little planet first that I've done on Photoshop.
That's cool.
Just something a bit different.
Well, Paul Lloyd's going superb work, Colin. He missed the van earlier as well.
Oh, sorry, mate. I do apologise.
Yeah,
for those that have missed it.
Tonight. Yeah.
You know, workshop, in a workshop type thing. Once the decals have done, I've got to then drop the bodywork back off, wire in the LED and that, and the battery's going to live in the spare wheel well underneath, little C-cell battery. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fun with that.
Colin, are you going to get your you going to make a sound card and put your video intro in it?
That's a good idea. I'll probably do that, actually.
So you go, shut up and sit down.
Yeah, because I reckon I'll be able to hide the soundboard behind the cabinets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be able to trim the soundboard down and poke it in there. That's a good shout, Reese. I like that idea, mate. Ching, that's your contribution.
Lee Barlow's done that stunning, Colin. Yeah, we all like his scratch building his Transit. It's really kind of cool.
Well, that started on a non-live hangout one night, wouldn't it? Me and you was throwing ideas over each other.
Yeah.
And you asked me what I planned on doing it, and I just said, look, I'd love to be able to do me inside building a model Transit, and bink, the idea just took off.
Yeah. Kenneth's asking how you're feeling. Obviously, he's
ups and downs, mates. Painful, very painful. But
what's all the guys in the chat been up to building this week? What have you all been up to?
Oh, Tommy's on his way up. He'll want to see the Transit. That's why Pip's told him about the Transit.
Yeah, come on, look, Colin's Transit, look.
Oh, there's Tommy. Hiya, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
You want to see Colin's Transit? There it is. What do you think of that? Oh,
Based on the
planets.
Right.
I absolutely love that.
Good night.
I like it.
Draw me a
Yeah.
lengthwise
And then
plan.
you've got a workshop in the back.
Oh,
So you did that in scratch, but he's clever, isn't he?
you're clever at that.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Aren't you?
That's good,
Yeah.
mate.
You like that,
What?
Tommy?
Tell Dad about this Lamborghini BENENO.
Yeah.
Apparently, I watched another video for it, fully upgraded. Yeah, it was like all pink. Yeah, it was even more faster than the ending one.
Was it? Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was like turbo was like bang.
Was it gone? Was it? Right, go on then. Not that fast.
Go on.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. That's what you need. You need a turbo system.
In your car.
It's-
Rocket fuel.
Was it rocket fuel? Was it? Right, go on then. Rocket fuel and go and play. See you later.
Lee Barlow's going. It's nice to have you back, Colin.
Cheers, Lee.
Kieran saying that's a great idea. I'm going to try and use some 1mm magnets to hold the hull and.
We're on about how
All right, so you're on about tank building, but his
Yeah,
big dial is going to be the
we've
Farmer
basically.
Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on there? John, are you all right? Is your leg?
No, it's not fell off.
Oh, it's all right. All right. A bit panicky then. You had a crash.
Yeah, basically,
Getting
Terry, me and Kieran both have that full interior Panther from Tacom, and we were both kind of discussing what our ideas are to show off the interior.
Yeah, it's quite hard because a lot of it gets covered up and you've only got so many hatches.
Yeah,
you can use.
the classic approach is put them on clear styrene rods, right?
What, and have the top off beside?
Yeah, top off, turret top off, stuff like that. I don't like that, like an exploded view upwards, right?
Mm.
I'm not really fond of that. My idea was they're doing the recovery Panthers later this year as well. As soon as that comes out, get that, build them both next to each other, and then have one taking the turret off of the other.
Ah, actually lifting the turret off so
Yeah,
you can.
because the recovery one has the crane, right? So it's gonna lift off the turret and show off some of the interior that way.
Ah, cool. Bjorn's in. Evening, Bjorn.
Hi, Bjorn.
Kenneth says he's been doing some painting of scenery. He's Gluttony Demon and did some photo etch for an Evo spoiler.
Mm.
And he's saying Mike and I are going to do a buddy build.
Yeah, we're doing the Ming Tiger.
Oh, you've got the main tiger, have you?
Yeah, Kenneth's got one, and I've got one in my stash as well. So I sort of do a buddy build with him.
You do it with the interiors, Mike.
Is that at the Evo there, Terry?
Sorry, Reese.
Is that at the Evo?
Kenneth is doing an Evo at the moment.
Oh, I've got one here as well. I'm doing because down here in Essex we have like the police. They have a fast response guys, and they drive Evo Lancers. I think if you've seen the TV show, the police interceptors.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do mine like a police interceptor.
That's a different one for what Dave's done, though, isn't it? Dave's done the rally car.
Yeah, Dave's got the rally car. I've got the road car.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tommy Mackinnon one. There you go.
Mm. So mine's just an Evo 6, I think. But so I'm gonna get that. Obviously, I'll put it up on the dome when it's done. I found in the range they do the Battenberg, the sort of luminous blue and luminous yellow for the Battenberg on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try and have a go at making some of my own decals and that sort of stuff for the bodywork. And just have it white with
getting a reflection on it, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm currently laying out all the Battenberg for me London Fire Brigade version of the fire engine that me and Smoo are doing.
Oh right, yeah. There's I think the Atelieri, they do the same transit as we're doing, Colin.
Yeah.
But they do it in a police version, so I might grab that and grab one of the.
The only extras in that kit is 2 little beacons on the top and a different set of decals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've got the actual Essex police crest, so I'll probably get that and pinch. It's the Essex Police crest because a friend of mine wants me to do it for him.
Right,
His dad with Kent Police. Oh no, sorry, he's Met Police, so I'll do it in Met Police for him and send him off. And
can somebody grab the chat for a minute? I need to nip to the toilet.
Sorry to butt in here, guys, but I'm gonna shoot off the better half calls. So.
All right.
right.
I shall catch you guys later and have fun with the rest of the live stream. And
no worries,
to the guys in the chat. Goodbye.
See you later,
Where's this button here? Oh, there it is.
Bye. Grab the chat for a minute. I need to go to the toilet.
Yeah, I'll grab the chat, Terry. No worries. Kenneth M. You're doing the Evo C. That's West Coast Evo. Cool. Battenberg is like the kind of reflective stuff on the side. That's Kenneth M's asking. It's sort of like the so you can see it in the dark and that sort of stuff. I think at road traffic accidents we have it so you can tell them apart. So
yeah,
in the ambulance we've got green, the fire engines have got red, and I think the police they've got blue, sort of blue squares with the yellow bits on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally scale model said I love a bit of Battenberg cake. Well, it'd be a bit messy, wouldn't it, if you have a bit of Battenberg on the side?
Oh dear.
Kieran said Mike Vincent.
Doing all this work, you probably won't be able to see it.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi. Oh, you're talking to the wife again, were you?
Hey, Pip.
Hi.
Hi, Pip.
Done all the food, Pip? Is all the food done?
No. That's the last thing to cook.
Ken FM saying, Night Vincent, I thought his mum let him stay up late on a Sunday.
Nah.
No school tomorrow.
He's in trouble because he's playing with helium.
I've got a question. A question for the chat. It's my grandson's christening tomorrow, so I've got to go into a church. How do I stop my feet from melting when I walk in the church?
Have you got rubber feet, like rubber soles, Dave?
Will that work? Will it?
We went to a Christian wedding, and I kind of just put like rubber stickers on the bottom, and I was all right for there.
I'll have a go then. I'll try that. I'll put my trainers on.
Yeah, put your trainers on, yeah.
My All Stars I got rubber soles. I'll wear my All Stars.
Put your Converses on.
Yes, I'm going to. Yeah, I don't fancy suit and tie off.
Kieran Ashdown said wear asbestos shoes. And Alan said an upside down cross to do it.
What did I miss?
Everything.
Yeah. Right, John was chatting to us earlier in the week in our sort of off-air hangouts, and something that perked Mike's ears up a little bit. He's got some Apollo kits that we haven't seen for a long time. They're made with Dragon. I don't know if you've got them handy. John, would you like to show us some of these? Put you up in the big booth bit.
I don't know.
He's got some rather nice Dragon Apollo kits that he was going to show us. He was trying to get Mike to spend all his money last
again tonight.
Sorry, Mike.
I went to bed shattered last night after watching all of these.
Oh, that's gorgeous! Look at that. So, what one's that, John?
This is Apollo 11, the first moon landing,
and that's a Dragon kit.
Yeah, it's.
So that's that kit. So that's a 172 kit. So can you still get these things?
They're still available, but they've been out of production for a bit, so they started to fetch silly money.
Right.
As we found out last night. But I've got them all. I've got Apollo 11, Apollo 12. I've got to do a little bit kickbacks to do 13.
Yeah.
Because basically you've got. Let me do this. You got to do that.
Right.
13 and open all the panels up.
Yeah.
On 13. I've got 14, 15, 16, and 17 on the lunar rover.
Oh, it's got a lunar rover. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
172, it's a good scale as well. I mean, if you've got the actual Saturn rocket as well, that would be...
The Saturn rocket's about
5 foot.
4 foot, 5 foot high. But basically, they come with the foil. Basically, it comes with the foil already moulded on.
Yeah.
And this is the one. This is Apollo 17. I'm in the process of doing at the moment.
Right.
So it's all been airbrushed, the shiniest gold that I can get. Right. And then for the orange panels, I've just used Tamiya clear orange on it.
Right.
And then for the copper colour, I've put clear orange on with a couple of coats of clear red over the top.
That's nice, just to get the different colours. Total Scale Models is saying, wow, that's fucking good.
Right. But if you can see on that, there's all different coloured foils on it.
Yeah.
So it's not all gold.
Ah, right, okay, aye, because like the feet are like yellowy gold and some of it's orangey gold and...
Yeah, and some of it's copper coloured.
Right.
Right, and the panels, black panels are just matte black. But yeah, that's what I'm building up.
Kenneth M says that looks awesome.
But basically, that is the same in all the kits, apart from a few little bits and pieces.
A few little details here and there. Yeah. Alan's saying amazing work. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, let me pull 17 out of its box.
You got it handy, have you?
Yeah, basically show you what you get in the kit.
Alan's saying amazing work. Kieran's going, love the spangliness. I like that word.
Basically, standard instructions.
Yeah.
Right. See, it's not even been fetched out the bag.
Right.
That's a command module. That's the lunar rover.
Oh, that's a little sprue on its own.
Yeah.
You've got people's interest going, because Paul Lloyd's going, I might have to look into some of that. I mean, he was showing me and Mike in that last night. Somebody was asking, Totally Scale Models was asking about off-air hangouts. Us guys hang out with each other every evening, and we only go live on the Saturday, so we keep each other company through the week. So you don't see what we get up to through the week. And last night it was just, a mixture of bike porn. Yeah, a mixture of bike porn, because John was showing me that's just some of his bikes he's got on the shelves behind them. Their shelves weren't there earlier today. He put them up today. So I had my whole sort of motorcycle porn, and then he started going on to all this Apollo stuff, and then Mike was suddenly looking on eBay and all that.
Yeah. But,
yeah, so naughty boy.
Yeah, basically you get open panels. So what I should do for Apollo
That's what
13,
you need for 13, isn't it? For
yeah.
panels out. Yeah.
Some of these panels and stuff I should put into 13 because that's how the it comes.
So you can put it with a closed panel or an open panel. So you can actually make 13 out of, is it number 17?
Now I shall make Apollo 13 out of Apollo 11 lunar approach with the legs all folded up on the lamp.
Right.
But you get a little decal sheet.
All right, I can see that now, yeah.
All right. And you get photo etched brass.
Yeah.
The aerials for the top.
For the aerial dishes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're nice, yeah.
All right.
Thinking about it, 17, I think it was 17, wasn't it? That'd be the good one to do, because if you mess it up, if you mess the lander up, you can do it as if they've left and they've dropped it down, crash landed it onto the moon's surface through the old seismology test that they did at the end.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah.
When the moon was ringing for
3 hours. You basically get...
You get a dial base with it. Now, that's really detailed. That's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cracking.
On the edge of a crater.
What sort of money are you looking at for one of those kits, so John? As you say, they're out of production, so they're fetching silly money.
They're out of production. When I got these, I got them off Fleabay for, I think the first one I got was 30 quid, 35 quid. Then you got postage on top. And the last one I made. I've had them from all over the world.
Right, okay.
But most of them have a tendency to come from Japan. Because they're still knocking about over there. Because it's like we were saying last night. I was looking in on eBay and stuff in the hangout last night. And there was one or two on there.
Yeah. Well, Lloyd saying you're not wrong, John. You do build in themes.
Yeah.
Like themes of bikes, themes of space. And obviously you do armour as well and planes. So it's not...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It depends what takes me fancy at the time. See, when I was younger, I can remember being at infant school and being marched up.
Once.
I can remember being at infant school and being marched off up the road to one of the teachers' houses to actually watch the moon landing live.
Was that 67 or 60?
69, wasn't it?
69.
Yeah. But yeah, I basically have a go at anything because this is what I was doing the other week.
Oh, that's right. That's at 1/16.
My big tiger.
Yeah. That's a big beastie. That's bigger than my truck.
Yeah, and I've got the T-34 to go with it as well.
Oh, I like the Russian stuff. Yeah.
But that one, it's basically D-Day, so it's going to be earlier on with light weathering, basically dust, bit of mud. But the T-34, I'm actually going to winterize it and do it in snow camouflage.
Yeah, Kieran's going, that's awesome. I mean, you've got some interesting kits there, John, I'll give you that. But you've been building since you were a nipper, haven't you?
8.
Kieran's saying he's been looking into the 1/16th Jag Tiger.
Yeah, but expensive.
I think there was an offer. I can't remember where I've seen it, but there was a certain company that was doing 1/16th scale tanks.
Yeah.
I think it was a Russian one, and possibly the one that you got, and they were like discounted to like 50 quid. But it was like 2 weeks before I got my money because I was fancying getting one.
That Tiger, it cost me £52, and the 1/16th scale T-34 that was £58 including postage.
Yeah, I would have liked the T-34. Kieran Ashdown saying yes, it's like £250 for the Jag Tiger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Normally, his 1/16th kits do command a premium, don't they? I mean,
yeah. This is where we made Mike melt last night.
We're now going
again.
Super detail up for space shuttles. Now, that as you might know, Dad likes his space shuttles. But as John told us last week about the parachute thing that nobody knew about, it's on none of the kits. He's also got...
He's not even in this.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got loads of space shuttle stuff that Mike was cooing over last night. I had my sort of half hour on the bikes, and then it was like Apollo stuff, and Mike's like,
Yeah, there was some strange noises coming from Mike's bench last night.
Yeah, and it wasn't the usual. Yeah, it wasn't. I was like, doing noises. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah. Just watching his bank balance going.
Yeah, quite easy.
Yeah, you get quite a lot of stuff in with it. And
what's that for? That resin? Is that for that?
Yeah, it's for the space shuttle. You basically get.
It's all right. We can see you there, Pip. We're looking at space shuttles and that.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting a splinter out of my bum.
Been scratching her head again.
Splinter out of a
You
well.
want me to?
Yeah. Some resin. That's the thrusters or something there.
That's the back bit, and you get 3
resin boosters.
The 3 boosters.
So have they got a lot more detail on them than the ones that come to pass?
Yeah, they're way in front. You get the 2 outer ones,
Oh, the wee top ones. All right.
Yeah. Then you get replacement owns for it. You get 2 of them.
Alan's saying, someone please wipe the drool off Mike's mouth.
Reinforcement brake for under the engines and stuff. But you actually get complete new.
What's that, Matt?
That's the solid booster rocket bells.
All right, okay.
So that's that. So you get the complete new bottoms as well. Plus, you get an accurate.
Oh, for the extra boosters that goes up the shuttle.
The top.
Where did you put them last night, John? I couldn't find them when I broke in.
Aye, we're all going to go to John's house and go out with armfuls of stuff.
Mike, just go out to Terry's house. He's still got his bell bottoms from the 70s.
Oh,
You know, on the booster stack, because the solid boosters are in segments, you get that foam insulation between each one, and you actually get that, and it's flexible.
Oh, and that's resin. So you cut them out and then put it in hot water or something, you were saying, yeah?
You cut the strip out, you cut one of the strips off that you want, stick it in some water, it makes it really limp and what's it, you just wrap it round, tack it with super glue.
Limp and what's it? Yeah, we've got a giggle there for Colin.
You even get the
fine
stuff.
Yeah.
That is for the tank. And that wraps around. That's thin.
Oh,
warm it up. That wraps around the top of the. You know the big orange tank that you normally see.
Yeah.
Well, it's sprayed with like a foam insulation stuff.
Yeah.
And when it's been sprayed on, it actually looks like the resin.
Mm.
And as it oxidizes, it goes orange.
Right. Okay.
Right. And basically, this is the piece that you normally see halfway up. It's all ribbed.
Right.
Warm it up, bend it round, glue it on.
So that's not normally on the kit then?
It's on the kit, but it's too big. It's over scale.
Oh, so you have to sand it all back and then wrap that round it?
Yeah. And then you get a bag of hinges for the cargo bay doors for the shuttle. I'm not going to fetch them out because they're really delicate.
God, that would be a nightmare putting all those hinges on.
Right. You get outer hinges and inner hinges, one for the solar array on the inside of the doors.
Just a quick one. Reese, you might need to go on standby because Alan's saying someone watch Mikey's heart might give way.
I was going to say, it beats Mike. It beats Mike's crumpled old copy of Razzle that he takes to the toilet with him, doesn't it? He's going to be taking a video with him now.
That's why I got me Smoo Industries first aid kit.
Smoo Industries first aid kit there. Yeah, with his Smoo Industries blood stoppers.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Take the phone with me and you'll hear it. Oh, I've got this photo etched on here.
John's showing us a photo etch there, and as Alan's saying, this is porn for Mike. Yeah, it is.
Mike,
yeah.
I've got something that might help.
Sorry, that, say that again. Your audio broke up a bit.
I said I've got something that might help, Mike.
What's that?
Oh, kitchen
roll.
Oh, God. It's all right, mate. I've got mine to hand.
Local man size.
Even got some rubber gloves for you, Mike.
Colin's got gloves.
You're all right. I got a box full of them as well.
Yeah. You even get the external mount from the booster, the ox tank, to the shuttle as well. That's all ripped off and replaced with resin as well.
Well, we were looking at stuff last night. You can actually get now. What was the thing showing it? The actual launching pad and all that as a model kit.
Yeah,
I've got one for Apollo that I'm making out of paper.
Ah, but this is a plastic.
Yeah, Mike showed me the one for the space shuttle that he was looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in between drools though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan's saying, is it just me or is Mike's desk moving?
It's getting higher.
Yeah, I can hear the sound of Knuckles rapping. He's going to be like a boxer, isn't he? He's going to have to.
Here's me hands. Here's me hands.
Aye, he's no shaking paint under that table. Aye.
Hands in view. All right. Don't like this.
Oh,
you're still using that mannequin hand we sent you then, aren't you, Mike?
Sorry, I got a bag of liver down there. Don't worry.
He's got a bowl with an old apple crumble in it, isn't he?
I'll just let me dinner.
It's full of bullet. It's full of bullet holes.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's it.
It was 9:10.
9 at night. It's after the watershed. That's it. The chat's going.
It's gone downhill now.
I saved all of that until we got past 9 o'clock.
Oh, better have some more Lucasade.
Well, you need to keep your energy up, mate.
Got to keep your energy up, Pelvatron?
Well, that's an interesting new game. Common Road Junction is in. Yeah, how did you get that name? Common Road Junction. Is that a Dio by Mini Art or something? There you go.
Probably a layout, Terry, like a 00 layout.
Yeah, it's just an unusual name, Common Road Junction. Yeah. Oh, we're up to 35 years. Yay. By the way, if anybody's just joined in and has caught us on a little window, as usual, just click the little YouTube icon in the bottom and come into the main YouTube, and you'll be able to join in the live chat. Alan's saying, more Viagra, Mike. Yeah, he gets a bit of
stuff. Don't need it, Alan. Don't need it.
He gets a bit of stuff throat when he swallows that.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
He's got a
NASA space up a bit of photo etch.
He's got a NASA space shuttle book that beats his Viagra.
Must be somebody that knows you, Reese, baby. Common Road Junction. He's going, hey, Reese. So it's maybe one of your followers.
Oh, Lee, hey guys, how you doing? What am I doing?
Yeah. I'll go and have a little look in the dungeon in a little while. So if any of you guys are in the chat,
a friend of mine, Archie's. He's one of my subscribers. He's one of the lads that come and say hello to me when I do the shows and stuff.
Oh, when you do your live Facebook.
Yeah. A local model railway show.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh, Jared's
actually junction bit for you.
Jared's actually got a model making related question for the guys. Got a question: when applying decals on an unpainted model, should I put a gloss coat on it or put the decals on bare plastic? I would put a little bit of gloss behind where you're going to put it.
Yeah, give it a coat of gloss. That's what I do, mate.
Yeah, and you might silver otherwise.
Yeah. Although in saying that, when I'm putting decals, a lot of the guys are different. I know, John, I don't know about Colin, when you're doing the motorbikes, a lot of them dip the canopies on the GP bikes in clear.
Yeah.
And then put decals on. I haven't done that yet because I haven't been very good at dipping with clear. So I
always have done, mate. I dip the canopies and put them on a bit of kitchen roll just to wick the excess off.
Yeah, I might need to try that because I've if there's been any decals going on the screens, I've just been putting them on. But after time, I suppose it would come off. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've been doing it on the cast bar.
Oh, another new viewer, and then we'll go into Dave.
Broke up there, Dave.
Broke
up there, Dave.
Yeah, Osric 9000 is going greetings. You broke up there, Dave. You want to say that again?
Yeah, I was just saying I use the old clear on the windscreens and that for the cars now.
But are you just applying it? Are you just applying it on the area that you're doing? You know, the ones that go across the top, or are you dipping the whole screen?
I'm dipping the whole screen now. I just put it in the old takeaway tub, fill it, deep enough to submerge them in.
Yeah.
And then, like Colin, just wick off the excess and just leave them to dry.
Yeah, I've kind of struggled, but I think I'm maybe double dipping before the other one's dry. And
yeah, you only need to dip it, give it a little shake to get the excess. You know, you don't want to clear a coat of clear that thick, mate.
Yeah.
Dipping it in. I start one edge, I dip it in and come out the other side. Give it a flick. Stand it on a bit of kitchen roll, and then I put a clear tub over the top of it to stop any dust getting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the kitchen roll will wick off the excess around the perimeter. Let it dry, and Bob's your uncle, mate.
Yeah. The only thing I
And then
The only problem I found with that is it's sticking to the kitchen paper.
Oh yeah, I drop it straight off as soon as it's wicked the excess out, and then raise it up on a pair of tweezers.
Oh, just so you're on the fine edge.
I have literally just one tiny corner touching the kitchen roll, so it'll wick off towards that corner.
Mm.
When
I made the mistake of doing that.
Yeah,
the first time and left it on the kitchen paper, and I ended up with like paper ring around the edge of the screen, you know. But
and then when I've put the decals on, I then re-dip it again.
Yeah,
so that you're protecting the decals with a clear coat as well.
Ah, Common Road Junction is going. My name was Archie's Art. I remember it from last week, but he's changed his name. Bjorn's got a question. Any of you have you built a 172 X-Wing before?
No.
John's got his thumb up. There you go, John.
I've built the fine molds one.
Right. I don't know what information you're wanting, Bjorn, but he's built the fine molds one. I've only done the 112 Rebel one myself, which I lit up. So yeah,
the 112.
Yeah. Are there any follow-up questions to that, Bjorn? But yes, John has built one.
If you hang on, I'll go and fetch you one and show you one that I've got.
Excellent, John. That'll be cool. Catch you back up in the chat. Common Road Junction saying, I'm working on a diorama, but I'm struggling to fix the figures on. It's 176. Anybody got any tips on fixing figures to a diorama?
I tend to use CA, mate.
Yeah.
Either that or a little bit of two-part epoxy. That'll do it.
You can drill up through the heels and put a little pin in.
Yeah, bit of nothing else will do it.
That's what I do. I use very thick fuse wire, and I just use a pin vise and drill through the bottom of the heel, and then pin it and use two-part epoxy to fasten the pins in. Never had a problem.
Oh, are we going to break the 40 viewers? We're up to 39. It's dropped off as soon as I said that.
Ronald Bug's in.
Yeah, evening, Ronald.
Hello, Ronald.
I just find drilling and pinning it's just the safest way of doing it, and it's just not going anywhere. Tiny bit of two-part epoxy resin, it's just not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Well, talking about dipping canopies and that. Total Scale Model says we all like a bit of double dipping. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And Alan's going wick off to you too. Yeah. Alan's saying GS glue.
Yeah.
Yeah. For putting them on the base. What else? Yeah, Ronald Borg's in. Yeah, Bjorn saying he ordered a Bandai Hobby Star Wars 172 Pose X-Wing fighter. The Force Awakens building kit, and we're curious about actual size. Actually, the Damaged magazine that Scott sent me, don't know if you can get a hold of this, Bjorn. The Damaged magazine, issue number 2. It covers, in the middle of it, I'm just going to try and find the page, building and weathering of Pose X-Wing. In a second, I'll see if I can. Yeah, so there's a modeler called Daniel Zamarbide. It's a Bandai 172 Pose X-Wing. And he, in this issue, he talks you through all the techniques that he uses to weather up all the different parts and what products he uses. And goes into quite some detail on weathering up Pose X-Wing and the various stages that he goes through, and finally giving you the final model. So if you've got that to build, a really good magazine, this is Damaged. So it's Damaged issue 2, and that will cover your X-Wing. And also that digger that's down there is the one that Scott from Orkney is building, the Hitachi Demolition digger. That's a bloody good kit as well. Scott's really enjoying that. He's getting his mojo back. But yeah, that's definitely worth getting beyond. So yeah, it covers, obviously it's Pose X-Wing, but that's John back. He's not got his earphones in yet, so I'll wait till I put. There's John back.
busy talking.
His ears on. Right, the one that Bjorn was on about, John, was Pose X-Wing, which is a Bandai one, but you've done the. Oh, well, there you go, Bjorn. There you go. So that's Pose X-Wing. So if you've got any questions for John on the X-Wing, I think he's just want to see what sort of size it is, John. So I think it's for scale.
It's the same scale.
Just sort of physical size. I think he was curious about.
Is that the second scale one the same size as that one?
Right, so that's a 72nd scale.
That is the Bandai A New Hope ordinary X-Wing.
Yeah.
But Pose X-Wing is exactly the same size as this.
So what's that Pose X-Wing that you've got there then? Is that a different scale, that one?
Yeah, that's 48 scale.
Oh, that's a 1/48th, so that's a lot bigger.
Yeah,
right.
That's 1/48. I'm using that book that you've got, that magazine, to do
the
this.
one. Yeah.
So that's how big the 76 scale X-Wings are.
Right. And Pose is obviously just a slightly different colour and moulding. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Pose one is basically just black plastic. Where you've got the red inserts on this, you've got orange ones, right? And then you've got 48 scale TIE Fighter.
Oh, I've not seen one as big as that. Wow. That's a 48 scale. Is that Bandai?
No.
That's what he said.
That's Revel.
That's Revel, 48. God, that's some size.
Right. And then...
Oh, is that another 48th one?
So if I move back...
Yeah.
You can actually see.
Oh, it's an even bigger one.
Yeah. That's from the original 3 movies. 4, 5 and 6. And that is the new one at the new films.
Wow. I tell you what, when you said you build anything, you're... Bloody hell. Well, I hope that helps you out, Bjorn. Give you an idea of the sizes of different kits and everything.
But yeah, I've also got all of the Bandai 1/12 scale figures as well.
He's actually just going on to that. Bjorn's gone. He's also waiting on a Star Wars First Order Stormtrooper 1/12 scale.
2 secs. I did mine.
There's a couple of them got them. Dave's got one as well. Ronald Borg saying, by the way, Happy Easter for everyone that celebrates it. I think we're not allowed to say that now. It's got to be Happy Holidays because all the political correct stuff. They're not Easter eggs any now. They're holiday eggs and all.
Happy Getting Fat Day.
Happy Getting Fat Day. Yeah.
There you go.
Bjorn. Oh, I'll put Dave up on the screen. Right. So is that one of the New Order Stormtroopers then? Where is it, Dave?
I did the old bird. Yeah, he's there. He's behind my hand.
Where is it? Oh, there he is. All right, right. Oh, camel joke.
Yeah, the old urban camel job. So yeah, I like to do mine different, but it's a really nice kit to build. Fantastic. They're gorgeous to build.
So is that the First Order Stormtrooper then?
Yeah. They're a bit like a gun performer, which he's very good at building. Bjorn, he knows how to do them. So it's very similar to building a. Right, so you'll be all right.
That's cool. And we've also got, John's got some of them. Now, John's isn't in, we can see John's because they're not an urban camel. What are those ones, John?
These are the First Order Stormtroopers. The latest one out.
What else have you got in his hand?
It's like a laser guillotine. You can have it open.
Like the hands or something. All right, okay. Bjorn saying, Dave, that's amazing, by the way. Your urban camoed one.
Yeah, that's out the latest.
Oh, that is.
It's funny, you asked John a question and he goes back 5 minutes later. He's got all that. I like that one. What's that one?
That's a Death Trooper.
Oh, he's kind of cool. A Death Trooper. Is that out the new film? I've not even seen the new film yet.
The new film's really, really, really good. Really good.
Well, that's a different looking ship. Oh, yeah. So what do they call that one?
Plastic.
Dive bomber.
That's a dive bomber. Kenneth's actually saying to Dave, that's a cool idea with the camel, Dave. And Bjorn's making noises.
I'll show you this one in a minute.
Bjorn's making noises a bit like what Mike was making over the shuttle stuff last night.
In a minute.
Was it a bit like this?
So what's that one, John?
That's the first order stormtrooper with the tabard on.
Right, so what does the tabard denote? Is he a sergeant or something?
That sort of thing, yeah.
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 John, how big is your house? What's this stuff? Oh, a shiny dude. So who's he?
That's Captain Phasma.
Captain who?
Phasma.
Phasma. All right.
I think you mean she, Terry, because Captain.
She.
I don't know. I've not seen the film.
Have you not?
Actually, the lady that plays Captain Phasma played her out of Game of Thrones, but I can't think what her name is.
You not seen Game of Thrones, Terry?
I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones. There you go.
All right. Mate.
There's flesh tones in it, Terry.
Flesh tones in it, yeah.
Lots of flesh tones.
Who's that we're on to now? I think I know his name.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Common Road Junction's asking if have you got any clones?
Only me and John.
He has. He has got Stormtrooper.
Kenneth's asking, do the orange part mean he dies first, like in Star Trek?
Red uniform,
Star Trek, all the guys with the red shirts on usually die first, don't they, the security team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Kieran's saying something. Brienne of Tarth. What's that?
Brienne of Tarth. Game of Thrones, mate.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Alan's saying Game of Thrones is soft porn flesh tones. Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. My brother watched it and he says it's like 90% really boring and then 10% fun. And
all I'll say is there is Tigerian. Schwing.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yes. Good shout, Colin. Good shout.
I think I need to watch the back catalogue and catch up with it. Rat Pack's trying to catch me out, so he says he's mostly done Japanese mechanised robots, but going back to some more normal kits, also starting to learn about Star Wars to see what the hype's about. I think Star Wars is a bit overhyped at the moment. I mean, we've had this sort of conversation on an off-air hangout about like everybody's doing the Millennium Falcon, everybody, you know, it's just like
I'm not.
boring.
I don't understand Star Wars.
Yeah, I like a lot of the stuff. I think I would probably like the Star Trek stuff better because I watched the first series with William Shatner and I've not caught up with all the other ones apart from the bald-headed guy, Engage, and all that.
Engage.
Yeah. Alan's saying Terry have plenty of tissues watching Game of Thrones. Okay, is it that good?
Yes, it's good, mate. You'll enjoy it.
Oh yes, when the Mother of Dragon walks out of the fire. Ooh, flesh tones.
Oh, those are some good matches you've got there, eh, Colin?
Oh yeah, I mean, like, you know, for me, that you know helped my figure painting skills immensely. I just had to keep skipping it back and replaying it just to refresh my memory.
I can imagine the faces.
Yeah, you can actually get a model of her, like one of the busts we've been doing.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's proper.
Is Dave trying to show us something there, Dave, for you?
If you click us on the big screen, you're on now.
Right, okay.
I'm going to have to move the camera. We're going to go roving because it's
right,
too big.
Hold on to your seats. Hold on to your seats. Star Trek style 8. Moving. Oh. I can see.
Right, this is Helligan. This is Tony's fault. That's
by the way, a quick hello to JS Idaho. JS Idaho's in. All I can see is
move it back, Dave.
Pull it back a bit.
Pull it back a bit, mate.
There we go. Right, we can see it a bit better now.
Right, you see it better now. Right, so that's my biggest build so far. That's speeder bike bloke and the stormtrooper from the first series from it. The old Endor moon bit, but I didn't mind camo.
You told me a story about this because a lot of folk are going, why are you doing them in camo? You maybe want to. People are sort of a lot of rivet counters sort of in the Star Wars thing and that, and it's like, well, why are you doing them in camo? So you want to sort of explain the reason behind it, Dave?
Yeah, I'll just put you back on. You're going to get moving. There's me hairy armpit. Don't worry about that.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a video online of George Lucas being interviewed on an American TV chat show, and he was asked the direct question, why are stormtroopers white? And they basically, the first film they did was on such a tight budget that ILM made they sent out and had the plastic components for the stormtroopers uniforms made, and they came in white plastic, and they didn't have the budget to paint them. So they were originally supposed to be camouflaged, painted, but they just didn't have the budget to do it, so they ended up just using them in white plastic with black undersuits. So that's why stormtroopers are black and white.
But what you did in that Dio is what sort of he'd envisaged, but didn't have the. Yeah. So there you go. So people doing camo on stormtroopers was actually what was envisaged, but didn't come out in the film.
Well, it's a bit like the cat, isn't it? That was originally what was envisaged. He says trying not to get shot by the Star Wars community.
Kenneth M is saying, very nice, Dave. I know John's holding something up. I just wanted to pick up on one comment that I missed out on there. Common Road Junction says he's got a Slave 1 to build. I've seen a couple of builds of that, and it's quite a nice kit, the Slave 1.
You can go well on the weathering on that as well. Slave 1. It's a bit beat up.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going
to... Yeah. That's the speeder bike rider.
Yeah.
And it's standard. What's it? Dave's done is in camo.
He's camoed that one up. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Tony's fault.
And you've got Captain Cody.
Which one's Cody? The yellow one.
Yeah, that one.
Right.
And he was made from that.
There was a bit of scratch building involved or something.
So basically, you got an ordinary clone trooper, right? And Millie put and you name it, and came up with that.
Is there any guides anywhere to show you how to do that mod, John?
No.
No. So you just done it for pictures then?
I did it from numerous books that I've got.
Oh, so you're a closet Star Wars. Oh, look, I don't know who that one is.
That's the daddy of them all. That is Darth Vader.
That's who Mike mimics every time he gets out of his chair.
Yeah. Inhaler to aisle 1, please. Somebody's having an asthma attack.
K2SO.
Oh, I like that one, actually. That's an interesting one. Yeah.
That's out of Rogue One.
Yeah.
Right. Then you've got...
Oh, that's CP3Z54. Yeah, 30.
C3PO. Yeah. Then you've got R2 and his mate.
R4D5 and whatever it is.
Yeah. And I've actually got... I've got BB-8 in the same scale as that as well.
Yeah, I've got R2D2 and BB-8 sitting there in the box.
Do they do a what the little bear things called?
Ewoks.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I'd love to do an Ewok.
You can get 3D prints of them.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which is quite handy for a 3D printer because it's all jagged and...
because the skin
on the edges
is kind of rough anyway, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair, isn't it? So
I would pick up a wash quite well, like what Colin did with the fox pelt on the top of the bust that he did. I can't even remember which one it was, but
yeah.
And that's the A-wing out of the original films as well.
An A-wing. So who makes that one? Is that Bandai as well?
Bandai, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bandai are releasing the B-wing, and you know, in A New Hope, where Luke go to rescue Leia.
Yeah.
And they dress up in stormtrooper uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Bandai are releasing a Stormtrooper with Han Solo's head.
I've seen that.
Right,
yeah.
And they're also doing Luke Skywalker as well.
And they're quite expensive. I have seen that, yeah.
But Bandai's doing them in that scale, 1/12.
Right.
Now, basically, you get a standard Stormtrooper head body with Han Solo's head stuck on top.
Was there not something about the scale of Han Solo and that were different sizes, and the body for one of them's different?
Yeah.
Because one is obviously taller than the other or something like that. You get different leg parts or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one of them's a short arse and one of them's tall.
Yeah.
Actually, just thinking about it, I think I must be part Jedi, you know.
How that are you feeling the Force? I mean, Force.
Part Yoda.
Oh, no, because when I come home from work, I can feel the disturbance in the Force when Pip's as angry as a shy Wookiee.
I think you feel a disturbance. I think you feel a disturbance in the Force when you're lying in bed as well, because sometimes you get a. It is she who farts in bed. Yeah. Oh, he's got the Wookiee out. Who's the best at making Wookiee noises? I can't do it. My mate used to do not adjust your audio. Yes, it's actually people making Wookiee noises live on a Saturday.
There's a question. E-models to win a sticker. Who does the best Wookiee noise?
Whose facial hair looks like a Wookiee?
It won't be Ted. He's never watched a Star Wars film, has he?
Yeah. Common Road Junction saying, are the Star Wars Rebel kits any good?
The two TIE fighters I've got here are both Rebel. And Poe's X-Wing is Rebel.
Yeah, I did the V112 X-Wing, and it was all right, actually. It was quite small. I think Colin was lighting up a... What's the wee one you've got, Colin?
Oh, that's a little Revell 1250 Millennium Falcon and TIE Fighter.
Yeah, and I think they're all right little kits, actually.
Yeah, they're all right.
I mean, Tommy did the Millennium Falcon, the little one, the Revell one, and he did an X-Wing. Yeah, the nice little kits, all right.
They clip together. They're not Bandai clip together quality, but you know you can make a decent kit out of them. I've not had any problems.
Even
now,
the bigger ones that he did.
One. Paul got it. It was a 172. What was it? Bigger than 172? Was it 148 scale or something? X-wing, and it was a pile of old tosh. There was ejector pin marks everywhere.
Yeah.
Can you mind that one that Paul got? The really big scale or small scale?
They did a really big one, but the drawback with it was you couldn't open the wings. They were fixed, closed.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I just know Paul bought one and it was massive.
Right, and I've actually got a studio scale one in the loft.
So what size is it? The studio scale?
It's studio scale. It hasn't got a scale. It's moulded off one of the actual X-wings out of the film.
So is it 3 feet long or 2 feet long? Just to give us an idea.
I'd say it's more like 20 inches long, 21, 22.
All right, so it's a fair size. Yeah.
It's the big one. It's like I was saying the other night. I'm building a theme, right? And my Star Wars collection, I've got the big X-wing, and that's my centerpiece for that theme.
Right.
So when I've got all my display cabinets and stuff up, you'll have all your Star Wars stuff, and on the table in front, you'll have this big X-wing.
I take it you're single, John.
Yep.
John, did you ever get to see the Star Destroyer that Phil Flory did? He did a studio grade destroyer.
It's a proper resin kit, but I didn't pay that much. I didn't pay as much money as he did.
Is that a big kit then, that one that he's done then?
What is that?
Is it a big chunk of resin or is it a wee small scale thing? Or
it's huge. It's huge.
So it's on a par scale with other 172 stuff or something like that, is it?
It's actually based on one of the studio models.
Well, that'll be a few £1,000 then, probably.
It cost him about 700 quid, didn't it, Reese?
Wow.
Yeah, I think so, something like that. Yeah, but the only problem was when he got it, it was warped, so he had to bath it in warm water.
Oh, that's a problem with some of the bigger resin kits, say Warpage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is,
what's up, John? Sorry.
I think the thing is that with that one of Phil, I think when I watched him do the build, I think it's actually like what I call a second generation copy.
Yeah, I think he did say it was.
But the original the first run, I've got one upstairs.
Oh,
crying out loud!
I remember because I actually went to visit Phil and the studio, and it is absolutely mahoosive.
Yeah,
it's some
you can understand
why his cameras and everything.
Yeah, you can understand why he had so much warpage with it, because it is absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
The thing is with that.
Total Scale Models is saying, see Randy Cooper's Resin 1. Now that's huge.
Yeah.
So who's Randy Cooper? I'm unaware of who this person is.
He does scale studio stuff and resins and all that sort of stuff. And the limited runs. So, but going back to the that one that Phil's got, because I used to cast stuff in resin and stuff for a living at one time.
That's something I would love to learn to do, is cast your own resin things.
Yeah, there's ways that could have been overcome to stop the warpage.
All right.
Putting metal reinforcing bars in it.
A bit like 3D printing, where they've got extra ribs to support it whilst it's curing and stuff.
Yeah.
Kenneth saying, I saw some photographs of the resin Witcher kits I have bought, and the sculptor has put metal rods in to stop it warping.
Yeah, that's common practice.
Just use a Lego base around your mould. That'll stop it.
Yeah.
So you've actually done resin casting then, John, as well?
Yeah, I made myself a vacuum chamber out of a pressure cooker.
Oh, is that a trick that they do then? So one end is under vacuum, so it draws the resin into the mould?
No, basically what you've got a pressure cooker.
Right.
Or a big tank, right, that's really thick, and you put your moulded part in it, put the lid on, and you suck all the air out to make a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
And usually the lid is clear so you can see it, and it looks like it's boiling inside because it's pulling all the air out.
Right.
You know, if you buy a resin kit, it's got all air bubbles in it. Yeah, that's because it's been hand poured and it's not been put in a vacuum chamber. Degassed. It's not been degassed. Right? It's like when I'm making me rubber molds, my RTV molds, right? I overfill it. Right?
I like shrinkage. Yeah.
Then you put the rubber into the vacuum pump, put the lid on and draw it all out, and you can actually see it boil and shrink. Then you just top it up, because when you're using the resins, resin goes off in about 5 minutes. It's like P38 isopod. 2 parts, mix it, it's gone off. Right? But the rubber, it's 75% rubber to about 25% activator, and it takes about 24 hours to go off.
Right.
And stuff. But you can normally get, depends which type of rubber you're using, because you can get different grades. Some are really soft and malleable, and you can probably get half a dozen pieces out before the mold deteriorated.
Oh, so the mold does deteriorate then. So it's a bit like a thicker form of latex, really, is it?
Yeah, and then you can get the hard rubbers that you can actually pour molten metal into.
All right, for the white metal, which is a tin mix usually, yeah.
Yeah, you can get different grades in the RTV rubbers and stuff. Because, same as we were saying last night, when I get some more rubber and stuff, I'm going to send mine some...
I take it they do a master cast, which is slightly overscale, because obviously stuff shrinks down. Yeah. It'll be 1/12 plus a bit, and then they'll use that for making all the rubber casts up.
Yeah.
But obviously they'll go through them, yeah.
Yeah.
Total scale models was that guy you were talking about does the studio scale models and everything. He's doing one now. I think it's over 4 foot long. Doing one off lot. Kenneth says, yeah, vacuum gets rid of the air bubbles. See, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
That's it. One company that do resin kits down to a T is Accurate Armor. Because the
yeah, you built a few of them, haven't you?
Well, I've only got one. This is the Hotspur. The I used to use. So I've had there's no bubbles, there's nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely superb.
Yeah, because
and I'm looking at their Coyote, the Coyote or the Jackal for my next kit from them. So I've just heard such good things about them. It's like, oh, okay, I might have a look into that. But I've not had any problems with their kit at all.
I've built no end of stuff. It's like when the lad was in the army, you're in the Staffordshire Regiment, and you buy Academy's Warrior the Warrior, and it's not quite there, but Accurate Armor do an update set for it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Right now, there's 3 out of 4 different versions of the Warrior, and I've got all the conversion sets for all of them.
Is that a bit like what Luke Carswell did? Because he's doing some builds on a medical theme, because he's got a friend who's an army medic, and he wanted the army landy, and he wanted the 432. Yeah. And he bought a resin kit that had all the stretchers and stuff in. Is that probably correct?
That was something I put him onto, because I watched that video, and because I want to do the medical 432 as well, and I was like, oh, if you want to do that, you've got to check out this conversion set, because it is absolutely...
The conversion set he got is actually going to do the 2 models. He used it in the Landy, and there was extra stretchers and stuff for the 432.
Yeah.
You get. They're a bit expensive, but for for the money you pay with an Accurate Armor kit, you just get such a good quality model.
Yeah, see, Colin and Mike would scratch build it, but I mean, resin, I suppose if you're replicating exact detail, it's...
The thing is,
we've done it. We're up to 40. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Oh, it's down to 39 again. Kieran went 40 viewers.
The thing is with doing resin, like, I've got a 48 scale Lancaster, so I want to bomb up. So I want to load it with bombs, right? And what I've done, I've scratch built 1 incendiary package.
Yeah, I've seen people do bombs and that, sculpt them out of resin and stuff.
Yeah, I've made 1 bomb out of Albion Alloys brass tubing and stuff, and made 1 up, and then I shall cast multiples from that 1 in resin.
Right. Aye, so you'll have a master. Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you done that master slightly oversized then to allow for shrinkage and everything?
Yeah.
Right.
Resin doesn't actually shrink a lot. It's like I've even copied the wheels on the Barry Sheen bike, because it's got Maglite wheels on, 3-spoke wheels. And not many.
You can get a lot of resin wheels now for like bikes and 124 scale cars and that. I know David Hunter uses a lot of them, and there's some fantastic casting in them.
Yeah, well, if you're casting a bike wheel, right, you get some Lego bricks, make a box up.
Colin mentioned the Lego bricks thing. Yeah.
You put a Lego brick wall around the outside. You put some plasticine or something like that in the bottom. Then you half sink the wheel into the plasticine. Pour the rubber in the top, degas it, let it set. Then when you've let it set, you tip it over, you take the base off, right? Take the plasticine out. Then you pour your neck part in the top, and you make a 2-part mold.
Right. I'm still trying to figure that out. Anyway.
Resin from Malta.
Resin from Malta. Good evening. John Reeves is in as well from Ireland. Hooray. Good evening, John.
Hello.
John Reeves.
Right, a quick question. I think he's on about a Dakota. Where did I see it? Yeah, Common Road Junction. Has anyone ever built a Dakota?
Yeah, 48 scale monogram Rebel one.
Is it any good?
It's got no panel lines.
Oh, right.
Which most of them are fairly straight anyway, so you can sand them off quite easily.
Is there no any modern kits without all the raised panel lines? Because I know that's like a builders.
The new Airfix. The new Airfix one's supposed to be very nice.
In 76 scale.
There's the Airfix one.
I'm not sure, but I think Hobby Boss have done a new tooling of the Dakota in 48 scale.
Mike's just showing you Airfix have done a new one.
Yeah.
Have you got it there? Oh, sorry, I've never seen the screen. I missed it. Oh.
Yeah.
And
That's the
Airfix
new
one.
That's the new Airfix one.
Nice. That's a nice one, mate.
That's a lovely little kit, that is.
Yeah.
That's Airfix.
Lovely.
That's
when's get it? Absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Kenneth M is saying is why is Mike's fly down? Still thinking about the Apollo?
My flies? They're not down. Kenneth, behave. You go on the naughty step.
Have I got to go and get the space shuttle decals, Terry?
Have you got to go and get what?
The space shuttle decals.
Hey, that's enough.
When Kieran says, obviously we make this thing about, we've got a regular amount of viewers that come in. It normally sits about 30 odds, and for a little minute there, we popped up to 40. Somebody popped in and went hello and then went away again. And Kenneth says that's because he's made 25 extra accounts and have them watching. So Ray's going, how are you guys? Oh, lately from Malta. Doing all right, actually. John says he's armed with a webcam. Oh, might be able to get you in through some of the non-live stuff through the week, John, or maybe even as a special guest. But usually need a wee bit forewarning rather than just dropping folk in. But John's my pal in Ireland, so I thought you said you didn't do computery kind of stuff. Common Road Junction said he did it. Common Road Junction said I did an Airfix Hurricane for an air competition and I won. Well done.
Hey, nice one.
Yeah, well done.
For the Air Cadets. Total Scale Model says he'll be back in a wee bit. See you in a wee bit, mate.
I wish people would stop opening that door, mate. That one is a small gammon that's cooking for tomorrow's Sunday lunch.
Making me hungry.
Yeah.
By the way, Alan's going, there's nothing wrong with Air Cadets. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in them.
Yeah, but yeah. Alan was a, what is it you call him again?
Rupert.
A Rupert.
Alan was a Rupert. Oh, yeah. Here's the map. We need to go, Sergeant. What way do we need to go? Yeah. We know all about that. Kieran saying to Mike, I love how he had to check his flies weren't down. Ray's saying to John, nice collection of MotoGP you've got behind you, John.
Cheers.
That's only part of them. He's got another three boxes.
How cool is that? Will look at this? What is this? This is so cool.
What is this? It's a unicorn.
That's it. Changing colour, look.
It's a light up unicorn.
A light up unicorn. It's a unicorn lamp.
That's kind of
mood
cool.
lamp.
A mood lamp.
Is that for wee Archie?
No.
No.
She's left it tomorrow.
All right.
I thought it was something for Dave to play with later on.
Jared saying he's got to go. His twins want to colour Easter eggs. Have a good night, everyone. Great show. Thanks, Jared. Thanks for popping in.
Hey, Jared.
Yes, Jared.
Kenneth said Mike Mountain. I thought I was already on the naughty step for being late. Yeah, Mike Mountain deals with there's specific forms. If you're going to be absent one Saturday evening, you have to fill in forms. I can't remember what they're called, but Mike's got all this.
C252.
Yeah, and you've got to get them for Mike Mountain. Alan's saying no one invites me and I have shitloads of webcams. We are talking about having special guests on now and again, Alan. Sort of through the week, it's just like a group of guys hanging out ourselves. I mean, if you want an invite one night, ping me a wee message. We'll get you in a non-live one if you want a blather. But as far as live ones, we are thinking about having special guests on. So yes, we may.
Well, he'll be well then, because he's special.
Who?
Alan. He's
Alan.
special.
I've been in a hangout with Alan. Alan's all right. Yeah, so we might on occasion have a special guest in. We're going to start doing that, and it gives you guys, if you've got a webcam and a mic, and and get in touch with us, ping us an email or a private message, and we might get you in on one of the Saturday live shows and put you on the spot and see what you've been making and stuff like that. So yeah, it's something we're considering doing, but I'll just be on a special guest basis, because if obviously the guys that are in tonight, we have a whole cave, and sometimes we can actually have a full hangout just with our cave members. So it's kind of like when there are spaces free, we can invite people in. So yeah, it's definitely something that we'll do, Alan. So yeah, just drop an email when I'm free on a Saturday, such and such a date. Yeah, Reese, baby.
Can I do a bit of a shameless plug of a charity, a model making charity page?
I'm going to go and get myself a glass from the kitchen, so I'll put you on the big screen. On you go, Reese, baby.
Yeah, so basically, there's a model making charity that I I'm helping to start up called AMS. Basically, it's Devon Autistic Model Society, but it's not just for people that have autism. It's for like all sorts of different mental health. She's a lovely company page and that sort of stuff, and it's just to make aware that some people that have like autism and that sort of stuff aren't really. They can go to these sort of the what's it, IPMS, the little branch ones.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you've got admin rights. Have you got a spanner?
I have, yes. Yeah.
Why don't you pop the link up for the Dead No Autistic thing up in there, and if people want to go and take a little look at it, just punt it in the live chat there, mate.
Yeah, cool. No, I'll do it now.
Whilst we're on shameless plugs, there is one that I think is worthy of a mention. And it's one I think the IMS, I think it's Paul Bretland does.
Yeah, the ISM. It's on the 6th.
The Heroes, I think it is, or something like that.
Yeah, there's the models.
So if any of you out there are looking at something like that, then pop along. I think he does a Friday feed.
It's this Friday, the 6th of April.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great idea, and props to Paul. I'll take me out of to you, mate, on that one. A lovely gesture. And I think what it is people donate kits for...
They've got a whole pile of...
Yeah, injured veterans and things like that, and get them into the hobby. So it's a nice cause. Pop along and give them your support. I don't think Paul Bretland will mind me plugging that one, but
I think I don't know the guy's last name, but it's a guy called Malcolm that runs the models for Heroes. The whole sort of idea behind it is that obviously a lot of veterans suffer with PTSD and stuff like that. Is that he gets kits? Obviously, it's a charity, and they use it as a therapy, and they go to different places and groups and stuff like that, and they encourage veterans to do a little bit of model making with donated kits and paints and stuff like that. And it's just therapy, and it's a bit of I do it with the British Legion, the Royal British Legion. They do a lot of camaraderie type events, and it's a similar type thing. It's getting people who maybe have got PTSD, don't get out much, meeting up with like-minded people and building models together. So obviously they've collected in a lot of kits, and they're doing an auction Friday the 6th at 7:30 p.m. GMT. And I believe once they've done all the introductions, they've got so much stuff to auction. There's going to be an auction like every 2 minutes. So you bid in the live chat, and then they'll stop it, and then that person wins it. The price that you win it for is plus shipping, obviously, and all profits are going to Models for Heroes. So that's next Friday, 6th. So sorry for jumping in on top of you there, Paul.
That's all right, mate. I've been quite used to it this evening, mate. Not a problem.
That was just to give the fine details of it, but aye.
It's hobby though, isn't it? Because I have autism, Tommy has autism, and it's so relaxing. It's especially with autistic children, it's getting their attention. Once their attention's grabbed, they just focus on it. And to see Thomas actually sitting down for half an hour doing something I couldn't imagine him doing this time last year. you know, 5 minutes on anything, and that was it. He was away and gone and off doing something else at like 110 mile an hour.
Well, I mean, the guys that are regulars will have seen Tommy in building those snap fit kits as well.
Yeah. And for an autistic child to sit and do something like that for any length of time is just a godsend. It really is.
Well,
so, you know,
I think that's one reason why the Devon autistic or Devon AMS is set up, because a lot of the person that set it up was talking to her and said that what she's found is that she's getting a lot of modelers approach her and say like, well, we want to go to these meets, but either they're not scared, but they're nervous, or you know, they don't want to be chastised as being, you know, for whatever reason. So
part of autism itself is that they can be quite socially awkward anyway. You know? And it's, I mean, I would never have known Dave had autism, because I mean, you're quite outgoing and chirpy and chatty and a bit of a laugh and everything. But my ex Susan is a senior autism practitioner, and I know that Scott Sutherland used to do that as well. He was an autism practitioner as well, dealing with adults with autism, and they can have like behavioural difficulties and stuff as well. So it's, you know, not very good social skills, but Dave seems to do all right. Yeah,
but that's because I'm an ex-soldier, you know what I mean? And it was, right. I'm still a squaddy at heart, you know what I mean? It's a different environment. I went from being an autistic to regimented military service. It was like totally changed me, and I still think the same. I still think as a squaddy thinks at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And it's Thomas hasn't got that, and a lot of people haven't got that. Unless you've served in the military, you don't know what I mean, basically.
I think the rate that you build models as well, when you come to the bench, it's kind of like a therapy for you, and you're just focused, and it's like, boom, you sit there for 5 hours, and for the whole 5 hours, you're just like build, and it channel. That's why you build so quick. Whereas I'll sit at the bench for 5 hours, and I'll open the box, and I'll maybe cut a couple of bits off the sprue.
But yeah, that's one thing that they were saying, is that because they, you know, you go to a lot of these sort of personal, you know, I went to our local one, which is in Hornchurch, and they're so full of rivet counters and people that will pick apart a model because it's not the way it's supposed to be. A lot of people won't find, you know, don't find it comfort, or don't find it helps to go to these personal ones. So
it doesn't.
Devon AMS was set up to.
It's just negativity. I mean, why? I can't get my head around why people do it. At the end of the day, these are children that have special needs, but they're showing an interest in the hobby. We should be nurturing that. We should be like, instead of like doing the old rivet count a bit and making them feel belittled and small and driving them away. It's just
yeah, of course. That's why I jumped onto it, because, you know, I'm all for getting the youngsters involved in it, and if they've, you know, for whatever reason they find it hard, then I think us as a generation should be helping them, you know, rather than go, well, actually you're doing it completely wrong, and that's the wrong colour, and you've got the wrong shade of green or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's very good therapy for all sorts of people.
It's not only that as well, it's protecting our own interest, because at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says, I've seen it over the years, model as a hobby, because the kids are, it's all, they can do it on computer, and that's all they want to do is play on an action, you know what I mean? Kids don't want to sit down at a bench now for 2 or 3 hours and physically make something that you can hold in your hands. They'd rather just play on an Xbox, you know what I mean? And all the time we're giving negative comments to children that are trying, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot at the end of the day, because this hobby's going to die. You know, I mean, we're relevant financial trouble, aren't there? There's people going to, oh, they've gone bankrupt and all this. Well, that's what the hobby's going to come to in the end. And the last thing I want to do is in 20 years' time, and the last thing I want for Thomas in 20 years' time, is to only be able to buy kits off the flea bay and that people are charging 200 or 300 quid for a 172nd Airfix bloody airplane, because manufacturers have gone bankrupt and nobody's making them anymore.
I still think there's quite a large modelling community, and obviously the advent of YouTube and everything's kind of sharing, you know, a lot in America and everywhere.
Yeah, but it's people of our age. how long are we going to last? We're going to get 20 years left in this hobby, some of us. You know what I mean? And then it takes over. If we don't encourage the children to do it, who's going to carry on?
I mean, Alan brings up one there. He does model making on his male acute wards in the hospital. Obviously, to give them something to do while they're in the hospital as well. Paul Shatland saying, where in Devon is that base, Reese? Where is it?
It's down in Newton Abbot at the moment, but I think they're going to look at expanding. So it's going to have like different branches. So you'll have like Devon AMS, you'll have Essex AMS, you'll have like Portsmouth AMS, Scotland AMS, that sort of stuff.
All right, so
but it's just based down in Devon at the moment.
Right. Common Road Junction saying he's got muscular dystrophy. I know it's difficult, but it is therapeutic. And Ken is saying he looks at his model and figure making as creative and artistic expression. Yeah. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when I was a kid at school, you know, I used to, we didn't have show and tell, but it was kind of like, you know, we had like sort of bringing your hobby to school day. And it's when I first started doing it, not properly, but started doing the 35th scale armor stuff. And, you know, I'm a kid of the 90s, you know, I was born in 1990. And when I think this was about 2000, probably a little bit later. And that's obviously when computers first started rolling out and that sort of stuff. And it's like, whoa, hang on a minute. I got so bullied for being the weird kid that did model making. You know, it was like, whoa, hang on a minute. What's going on here?
I think it's a generational thing. I mean, the modelling bug started with me. It was passed from father to son. You know, he brought a kit home and showed me how it went together, and a bit like what Dave does with Tommy. And although I did my family life and brought up my daughter and married life and working and all that got in the way, and then as you know, you get older, you have a bit more free time, a little bit more cash sometimes. You go back into the hobby again. I think it needs to be passed down. The skills need to be passed down.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Lee Barlow's away, says, "Go on, lads, see you next week." Night, Lee. I mean, who got you into modelling, Dave?
Myself. Originally, when I was a child. Yeah, myself when I was like 9 or 10. You know, I mean, it was like my father. No, my father was a teacher, but he used to teach mentally handicapped adults. You know, and before that, he was a carpenter, and he had no interest in building model kits whatsoever. He'd be quite happy. He'd go down to his shed at the bottom of the garden. He'd make stuff out of wood, and me and wood just didn't get on.
Really, isn't it? It's a hobby. You're making things with wood.
Making cabinets and things like that, and French dresses and things, you know. And he tried to teach me, and me and wood just don't get on at all.
Oh, I like working with
you know. And because I made such a mess of it, you know what I mean. It was like he had no interest in teaching me. So,
what about you, Colin?
My uncle, mate.
Your uncle got you into model making, so was it like he brought a kit home and says, "Right, lad, we're going to sit down and have a go at this," or?
Oh yeah, Messerschmitt BF 109.
And you want to rebuild? You want to? It's like I'll put this question out to the guys in the chat as well. Is there a model you built as a young lad that we all know back then it was like the Humbrol poly glue and like the Humbrol paints, and we probably made a shit job of it. Is there a model you'd like to revisit that you built as a young lad?
Yeah, the Messerschmitt BF 109 that arrived this morning, courtesy of Gordon.
Oh,
he got it, Colin.
He's a sneaky chap, isn't he?
I've not opened it. I've not opened it yet because I haven't made the video.
Yeah, that's cool. No, that's fine. So what make a kit was that? Is that like an old Airfix or an old Matchbox?
124.
Oh, a decent scale as well. Oh, brilliant.
It's funny you say that, Terry, because a few years ago for my birthday, one of the guys in my local railway club gave me a kit and was like, well, you know, I'm not going to build it, so you have it. But it was one of the first kits I ever bought, and this was the actual kit I built as an 8-year-old.
Airfix Bren gun carrier.
Yeah. This was the actual same box and everything. It was the one that I built as a kid.
Mine My first one was, it was either Matchbox or Airfix. It was a Bofors gun and tractor, which I believe was an anti-aircraft gun.
It was Airfix.
Airfix.
Airfix, yeah.
172nd.
What about you, John? Obviously, going by the model here, you've been building since a young chap. Who got you into it?
I was 8, and I got one Christmas Day, and there was a pile of models.
Oh, somebody's dropped out. Mike's dropped out.
I got up Christmas Day, and the first one I opened was the original Airfix Spitfire Mark 9 in 77 scale. And that was the first kit I built.
Have you built it again since?
Yeah, but I wouldn't touch another one.
Is it a bit of a shit kit?
Yeah, because you basically got.
Mine was the same, mate. Mine was a Christmas present. I built one or two little, like, because you used to go into Woolworths and buy them in a poly bag, the old Airfix Red Stripe.
That's right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I used to do that with my money, and the first proper, what I class as in them days, what I class as a proper kit was my mum and dad bought me the Matchbox. I think it was 1/32 scale, the Lysander.
Yeah.
And that was my. Looking back on it now, it was a pile of poo when I finished it, because it was like there was glue strands everywhere. It was painted with.
Oh, it was always that tube stuff you used to have when you pulled it away. You also had a big string of glue.
Stringy bloody glue, and it was an enamel paints that I hadn't had the patience to wait to dry properly, and like you do when you're like 9 or 10 years old. You know what I mean?
Stuff, mate. This stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, Terry, that stuff still got its place on some kit builds.
Yes, it's got its uses.
Yeah. It's like Colin was on about the 109 that I've sent him, right? And the Lysander was brought up by Dave. I've actually got one of them under the stairs that I built years ago, and I managed to get one to a car boot the other week for 15 quid. And I want to revisit it
to see how you could do it.
Yeah, because same as Dave says, I built it when it first came out, and I've managed to get exactly the same kit. I thought,
cool.
Right, I've got 40 plus years building. Let's see what I can do with a box standard kit. All right. Yeah. And that's what I've done. That's why I sent Colin that 109.
Oh, right? That'll be cool.
But if you think about it, modelling has come on no end. It's like years ago, I wanted to do a Manchester, which was the predecessor to the Lancaster, and nobody made one. So it was a case of nipping down into Woolies, going to getting a load of bolts or offcuts, making your wings and stuff, sanding them down, putting dope on them to harden it off, and then more dope to harden it off, then talcum powder and dope, just to get that finish. But now, you want a Manchester kit, you can actually get an injection moulded one, or you can get the conversion kit in resin.
Yeah, a lot of stuff made in resin. It's not available.
It's like I've got the new Airfix Lancaster, so I'm building the Lancaster. I've got the Revel Shackleton, and I've always wanted.
That's the best kit, then.
I've always wanted to do an Avro Lincoln.
I thought Airfix brought a new tool out, the Shackleton, as well.
Yeah, Airfix have got 2 versions of the Shackleton out now. And I managed to get my hands on a rather old Lincoln conversion kit. So now I can actually do my Manchester, my Lancaster, the Lincoln, and the Shackleton now. So you've got from the start to its last thing, which was the Shack.
Just go catch up and chat a little bit there. Alan.
Sorry, go ahead.
On you go.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, it's funny that you say about the dope and tissue paper there, John, because my dad was a kid of the 40s, and that's how I really got into model making, because he did it from a kid. So he kind of influenced me to do it from there. Because that's what he used to do was the dope and tissue paper models.
Yeah. Oh, it's like when I started. My dad.
Is that on a wooden frame then, the dope and tissue paper? Like you get these wooden airplane kits, and then you have to dope them over the.
Yeah, it's the old balsa wood and tissue paper.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what he built back in the late 40s as a kid. And then obviously he brought me up and got me into plastic models and the model boats and that sort of stuff.
But I got up one morning, it was just a load of model kits. My dad, because my dad was a coal miner, he didn't have the time to sit down and show me how to make them. So it was, right, what's this mean? Oh, you get part 1, glue it to part 2. And that's basically how I started. Building myself. And first kit I built was the Airfix Spitfire 70% scale. The second kit I built was a 1/24 scale Mustang.
I'm just going to catch up in the chat. Alan was on about he tries with young lads on his wards to get them into models, helps with recovery and social skills. Yeah. Common Road Junction saying he's still young. Jace Idaho's asking Colin how he's feeling. He's been asked this a lot tonight. He's
good and bad days, mate, but getting there.
Yeah. Paul Lloyd saying he built the Airfix 124 BF 109 as a kid. So that's the one that you're talking about, Colin, eh?
Yeah.
He's got it in his stash for a nostalgia build.
Yeah.
Alan saying the Apollo 11 was his first kit, age 10.
Good kit.
Paul Lloyd, yeah, built the Airfix Apollo 11 with my dad when I was about 9, a long time ago. John Reeves is saying my first kit was an Italiere Scania 143 as my dad was a trucker. Was 16-year-old, kept me off the street in Belfast.
Yeah, I remember doing the Scania.
Yeah.
38 years ago for Alan.
I can know he's only a lad, isn't he?
Yeah. Common Road Junction says, I'm only 16. Smiley face, smiley face. Aye, right, aye.
I can know I've got a pair of boots older than him.
I've got pairs of socks. So. Right, I'm going to have... time's getting on a bit, so I'm going to have a little look in the dungeon to see what you guys have been up to. And we'll do it. Mike's dropped out of chat. He's having a few problems with his broadband at the moment. So Mike will be back, hopefully, when he gets that sorted out. So I'm just looking at the dungeon screen to see what you guys have been up to. If you aren't already a member, we'll let you see how to join, and you can share your work with us. So I'm just having a quick look. Yeah, there's a few bits of what you guys are showing. So if everybody else is okay with that, I shall go into the dungeon review mode. Yeah. So if somebody wants to keep an eye,
go for it.
Keep an eye on the chat and everything. I shall stick myself on there on the.
Before you do that, Terry, I'm gonna shoot off because I'm getting a bit tired now, and it's time to take next lot of antibiotics and stuff. So.
Right, Reese, baby.
All right.
Okay, Reese.
Catch you later on.
See you later. See you later, Reese.
So if somebody else could monitor the chat whilst I go into Smoo's dungeon. And we're getting the requests in at the moment. So, right, I'm just going to go into Smoo's dungeon and share. Right, okay. So this is Smoo's dungeon. That's a URL there. Facebook.com/groups/Smoo's dungeon. Welcome to join. Admins will need to add you. It's a friendly little group where, you know, you can go up into the photo section, create an album, and share your work with us. So I'm just going to have a look down and see what people have been up to. So Frank has been building the Revel Volkswagen Golf from Revel in 124 scale. I believe Scott Sutherland's in the middle of a build of this. And he is adding lighting to it. I do like to see when people add lighting into a kit. So that's it. He's obviously, before he started painting, he's working out all his wiring and everything. So that's the rear lights. And also the headlights. And I asked him what he used, and it's nano LEDs that he's used to light this up. So I just, you know, lighting up a little kit like this can make such a difference, bring a bit of realism to it. So he's obviously just getting all the parts ready, spraying up all the wheels. That looks interesting. The wheels are in. That looks like hubcaps, is it? There we go. Wheels built up. Shell and primer. That's a classic Golf front end there. And all the decal in, and that looks like he's used Molotov for the reflectors in the back of the lights. And the engine bay, I do love these kits because they've got engine detail and everything. And that's kind of where he's got to with that. So that's coming along nicely. So that's Frank's, and I just love it when it lights up. There we go. That's how he's got on with his golf. So that's Frank's. I'll just scroll down a bit more. Yeah, obviously chatting more about the golf. And Kenneth has been working on his Lancer Evo 10. So that's I think we got that the last week. The underside. That's the kit.
All back.
What's that, Dave?
I dropped a bit, so
he's using photo etch, so photo etch for the rear spoiler. Well, he's just making a start basically on that. As I say, I'm just clicking through them as I see them. Alex has been, Kenneth, I should say, has been doing this Momohime figure. I like this. It's one of these wee anime sort of characters with the big sword. Flesh towns. Yeah, it's really colourful. I like all these wee figures. Kenneth's got quite a good way of painting them all up. So I like that. I wouldn't mind that myself, actually. It's quite a cool wee figurine. Right, what else have we got? Scroll down a bit further. He's also, I think he's finished his Trigon. That was that one we were looking at before. I think it's finished now. I'll just flick through the pictures quickly because we go through this every week if it'll load up.
Beautiful, beautiful work, guys.
That's a Games Workshop one.
Gorgeous. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's looking really, really good. I think he's been doing other things to the base. I think this is what we kind of got to last week.
And it's that demon, the gluttony demon is doing as well.
I like that as well. Oh, we've got some gloss on it now. It's really starting to shine out well.
That looks like insect carpet, doesn't it? It's pretty beautiful.
Wouldn't want one of them crawling about my underpants, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
All right, it was Chandra. Chandra had an idea, so he found an arm of an orc battle wagon, and it's lying down there with a bit of blood on it, like he's just been eaten up with the beast.
Brilliant.
So yeah, the beast is eating orc. Oh, look at
nice
that!
Idea that as well, because then it can.
The drool. He used 5-minute epoxy glue for the drool.
Yeah.
For the teeth. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, I like that.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
I like how he's got all the drool. So that's 5-minute epoxy. So that looks as if that's almost finished. Chris says, as requested on tonight's stream about layering up that Mod Podge stuff, you can see that although he's done it in layers, it doesn't look like there's layers in it. So that's him experimenting with water effects. Oh dear, Steve Spencer Beanie has chopped the head off his at. It looks a bit poorly. Well, he's going to be doing a dio, obviously, where it's been downed. Oh, Alan Fallon's got one here. His Sea King from a few years back. Oh, I like that. That's a nice kit, Alan. Oh, where'd you get the wee police Land Rover? I'm interested in that one. I wouldn't mind doing that one. I would have it lighting up. I'd like to know where you got that from, Alan. But yeah, I like that. I like the Sea King. That's a nice... I don't know if that's... What scale is that one, Alan? I wonder if it's the same scale as the one I'm doing. I've got a 1 second to do.
Yeah, you can buy the little figures, the little resin figures.
Alan is working on a Ferrari 599 GTB Puma with a shiny coat on. That's
shiny.
Nice. I take it those white stripes are decals. That's looking nice. And it's got the big Puma on the front. That's looking lovely. Shiny, shiny. From Alan Fallon. I'll have a scroll down and see what else is on here. Stephen Whittingham. He's just finished a motorcycle. Seat didn't fit great, but okay for an old kit, and bought 2 more kits for his stash. So that's a Honda CB750.
Yeah, it's a custom
That's finished. That's nice. He's got to sell a GT3 and a Scooby for his next kits. That's the one you did, Dave, wasn't it?
It is, yeah. Lovely kit, beautiful kit to build.
And he's also done that one. That looks a nice one.
I've not done that one. That's
the M6 GT3.
Yeah, it's nice that.
Well, good job on your bike then. Yeah, it's sometimes on these older kits you need to fettle a bit to get seats and things to fit. Just one of these things with the older Tamiya kits. Jared has done a bit more work on his M24 Chaffee and his Paladin howitzer. So this one's towing a trailer full of munitions and bits and bobs. So that's a Chaffee. So he's made a bit of progress on that, on the painting. And I like this howitzer. It's a beastie looking of a kit.
You want to stand next to one in real life, mate? The other bloody beast.
Yeah, it's a big beastie of a machine, that.
Big beast when he stood next to one.
Looks like he's working on a dio with that, with anti-tank sort of things there. Yeah, so Jared's been doing a few bits and bobs. Let's keep scrolling down. Right, the Gluttony Demon. He's done a bit more on the Gluttony Demon. That's kind of where I just love all these vivid colours that he uses.
That's going to be gorgeous when he's finished that.
Well, I believe he started weathering with the oils. That's me catching up now. Now he's got the details, washes, and highlights to do. And this is I'm starting to do some of the washes. And you can really see it start to picking out. Oh, I love all the pustules and boils and tongues. And
awesome, isn't it?
That's really cool.
Some of the fantasy kits are just amazing to do. They're gorgeous.
A wee mouth just bursting out his back there like a sword with a tongue coming out. It's just gorgeous. I like that. That's a cool kit. Find me. And what else have we got? That's Frank's VW Golf again. Right, he's also been doing, now, we remember looking at the incinerator that he did. This is Games Workshop Warhammer 40k stuff again. So he'd weathered all that up. Now, there's walkways and stuff. This is the terrain for this incinerator, so it's like a raised platform. They're quite expensive, these. I think he said this was about 60 odd quid.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Obviously, if you're playing the game, so it's got a whole raised walkway with hooks and all that on it, and all the Games Workshop stuff. I do like that. But the detail on them is fantastic. On the end there, and the little gauge. They just turn themselves to dry brushing and highlighting and everything. So that goes with that kit. What else have we got? That's his engine detail. Oh, Kieran has made a start on the mud. I think he's doing a Tiger build. And I actually asked him, I says, how come you're doing the muddiness without the tracks on? He finds it easier to get up and round about all the gear before he puts the tracks on to do his mud.
That's what I do, Terry.
Yeah, because I see a lot of folk that just put the tracks on and then mud it up.
Yeah, it's getting behind it. It's a pain in the bum then.
Yeah.
Terry, Northwest Modeller says the Land Rover is 1/76 scale painted with the RF police decals added.
Who makes that kit, the 176th one?
He doesn't say. He just says it's...
It might be a bit small, 176 from it to light up, though. That's only...
Yeah, it's basically in scale with your Seeking.
Right, okay. Now, a lot of folk will know this guy off of the Boom Hut. My friend from Hawaii, Daryl D. He's working on a... Oh, what's her face out of Star Wars again? Leia.
You godless heathen.
So he's got a Leia figurine that he's working on. He does fantastic work, does Daryl.
Yeah, it's the Airfix Land Rover.
It's an Airfix one.
Yeah.
That's Daryl working on the head. There's other pictures he's got up of... He's recreating the scene where they've been in the garbage compactor in the film.
Yeah.
And he just climbed out. And there was other photos of... It's maybe not posted them on here. Where he's got her dressed. He's actually got a sort of semi-sheen look. Yeah. Colin created a file last week for the members' YouTube channels. Feel free to comment on it and add your own YouTube channel if you make YouTube videos, and we can all sub to each other. Steve Spencer Beanie has done an update on his Polar Lights Enterprise, so there's a link there for yeah, as I say, if you do YouTube, and feel free to share if you put a video up. Scott's not here tonight, but this is the big digger that he's working on, the big Hitachi one, the Hasegawa one, which is the one that was featured on the cover of the Damage magazine. That's really got his mojo back. I know he's enjoying building that.
Kieran Ashdown's off, Terry.
See you later, Kieran.
See you later, Kieran.
Ben Lundy finished his figure that he had. I think we covered that one last week. Steve Beanie's done his Shelby. That's the D'Agostini one. That was absolutely gorgeous. And Colin has got his second Rebel Concorde build up on the YouTubes if you want to go and have a little look at that. And Steve has also put some work in progress photos on the Polar Lights Enterprise that he did with the refit that he lit up. The wee shuttle bay at the back. Gorgeous detail on that. Yeah, and obviously there must be some seam problems there because that looks like filler. Yeah, and all the lighting and everything. I like what he's got on the screen in the back there. No, is this going to work? Click. Yeah, that's a big beast of a model to light up. Oh, look at that. Oh, so is this vivarium thing that we're on about with the photo etch on the side? So that's where they grow. Ah, right. Okay, I didn't know he's even got little people in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, and some, yeah, looks like quite a lot of wiring.
That looks like the base.
Yeah. Yeah, and quite a bit of plumbing and wiring. That looks like one of Colin's builds. Wires. Cracking job he's done on that. And I'm just going to pull it down a bit further. Scott's done his digger. Paul Sharpland, yeah. Didn't manage to get to this last week, but he's nearly finished his Red Bull F1. That is looking gorgeous.
Nice, yeah, nice.
I do like that. I quite fancy doing a Formula One, but I don't. As I say, I don't think I would manage all the decals. I think I'd be uttering smoothums at it.
Just a bit.
Just one or two. That's absolutely cracking. That's Paul Shatland's Red Bull F1. What a lovely kit. And apart from, I think I saw somebody adding something there. I'll refresh the page. I'm kind of, oh, aye, this is another interesting one. Undead King. Flesh tones. Bit of an unusual model. Yeah, ghastly, ghouly sort of. Yeah, I like the Games Workshop stuff as well, but yeah, kind of strange looking critter.
College Street, that, isn't it?
Yeah. And John, so that was back to last week. So what I'll do is I'll just do a quick refresh because I thought I saw somebody else posting up pictures. Oh, where, right, that was Alan we seeking. I thought I saw somebody. Ah, Archie Boniface. Right, this is a Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1. He's got it on a number 32 Squadron, Biggin Hill, England, July 1940. Oh,
that's the Hurricane, Terry.
Is that a Hurricane? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Hurricane.
So they're obviously.
That fucker looks like a Messerschmitt.
I thought it was a Fokker, actually.
I was trying to read underneath the label that he's got underneath. He's got a wee mini Dio and all that. And he's obviously uncovered some of the wings so that they're in sort of doing repairs and that on the machine guns and rearming them. Oh, there's a guy putting the bullets in. So that's a nice little mini Dio there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That looks like the new Airfix one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A nice little kit, that. I like how they've got all the little figures. That must be I don't know if that would come with the kit, would it? Or would that be additional?
Yeah, Airfix do a accessory pack for it.
Right, okay. So that's a pilot getting in there already, loading the munitions and everything. Yeah. That's quite cool on such a small kit.
Yeah.
I take it that'll be 172, is it?
No, I think that's 48 scale.
Is that the 48th one?
Yeah.
A nice kit.
That's Paul saying he's finished his Rebel Red Bull. Yeah, I think that's what we just looked at. Yeah, he's actually finished it now. Oh, look at the shine on that. That's gorgeous.
2 times more shine.
2 times more shine. I think that's 2K clear he would have used on that, but that's absolutely gorgeous. So I think that's it for the dungeon for this week. I don't think there's anything else yet. So we've covered the dungeon. I'll come back in the room.
3, 2, 1, you're back in the room.
3, 2, 1, I'm back in the room. Well, Colin's dropped out as well.
No, I was there a minute ago. There he is. There's his
Oh, there he is. Oh, right. Colin's there, John's there. Mike's having problems. Yeah, so thanks for sharing all your stuff, guys. Kieran's off.
It's nice to see.
Got that Anthony Joshua fight is about to start. Great show. See you next week. Ooh. See you later on, Kieran. Yeah, and Keith saying he doesn't play the game. I don't play games, workshop game either, but I quite enjoy doing the figures for it. Alan saying as well, oh God, the fight. See you all next week. Is there a big boxing match or something on the night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. In Cardiff.
I'm just scrolling down through here. Yep.
Basically, Saturday night.
Yeah. So it's round about 10:30. Seeming there's a big fight on this evening. I need to go and get myself some food. It's tailing off a little bit in the chat, and the viewers are dropping down slightly. So if the guys are agreed, we'll end it up for the night.
Oh yeah, can do, mate. Let someone go and watch the fight, don't it?
Yeah, Conroy Johnson said I used to play Warhammer, but he doesn't anymore. My brother used to play it, so I've got an idea of how it works. But yeah, so I think we'll round it up for this evening. Thank you everybody for tuning in this Saturday evening. I'm off to get some food and just sit and chill out for a wee while. So hope you've all enjoyed yourselves, and see you next again week. So from me, it's a very good night.
See you later,
And
people.
for me, good night.
See you later, guys.
I was going to go and watch the fight, but I might as well just go and poke Pip and just get it over and done with in 5 minutes.
Right, who's got the button? You got the button, Dave?
I haven't got it.
Good button. Who's